heroes now. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a boring now. So we gotta find a new way to impress.
the one way to prove in a 5-man game that it was you. Win on 3 separate teams.
Oh, this is cool.
Make it absolutely clear I'm the best.
Yeah, fair enough.
A Night Stalker getting through.
Yeah,
Mike-
that got through last night.
Yeah.
And Tundra lost with it, surprisingly. So, and the other game we saw as well, this Night Stalker hero, we talk about being so good, but I'm pretty sure this hero is losing
5 seconds remaining.
most of its games that it does get picked up.
Yeah, I think it said 60% win rate there on the screen. I didn't quite catch it, but
Early on in the
As of
tournament,
last
though,
week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, speaking of TI winners, Mira played this, but it was against Heroic in the group stage. So it's been a long time since the hero that Mira has played it, and the reason for that, and he's only played it once, and the reason for that is because it's always banned.
I think it might be one of the. It's certainly up there. It could be the most banned. I think it was 88.
I think,
So
yeah, I think it
5
is.
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
one hero has like surpassed it, maybe like the PA or something like that at this point.
Dazzle, Night Stalker,
Aurora Gaming's turn
or
to
I think
ban.
those two are banned the most. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
maybe.
Either way.
Or maybe it was Magnus. Maybe it was Magnus. That's these three are all in
Whatever,
contention,
yeah.
though, big time.
Okay, so I want to talk about this. This is interesting. They lost twice last night on Tundra with Lifestealer,
10
first
seconds
phase.
remaining.
which also broke Duracchio's 100% win rate on first phase carry.
5 seconds remaining.
And they're going back for it again. So they think Lifesteer was not the problem last night.
What do you think?
I am I feel like there's some evidence there
Yeah.
suggesting that this is maybe.
You are a data-driven guy, which you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is interesting to see. I think if they lose this one, it's sure try it one more time, but there's no way you go back to it
To
for
be
a
fair,
fourth time.
he did the last pick Huskard and the 70-minute game. Not that it really matters. And that game also went to 70 minutes. Anytime a game goes to 70 minutes, I'm like, can we really pull stats from it? I like when a team.
But have we seen a Lifesteer win a game quickly?
It feels
At all, period.
It feels like he gets pretty kited in fights, and
Yeah.
he just doesn't do that much damage. That's how it can feel. If you're not against like some
10
big buff
seconds remaining.
strength guy, and maybe part of the reason behind that is that he's not a hero that really
5
likes to build
seconds
Revenant's
remaining.
Brooch. And a lot of the carries are either doing an insane amount of damage because of
Tundra
what they are, like
Esports,
PA,
turn to pick.
or they buy Revenant's Brooch, and so they do an insane amount of damage, whereas Lifestealer does not.
Yeah, he doesn't really benefit too much off the Revenant's Brooch because he is percentage-based damage after all,
Yep.
and that doesn't proc on the magic damage. So, yeah, we'll have to see here. But then overall, I think this is comfort for sure because
10 seconds.
when I see a Night
Aurora
Stalker, I'm not like,
Gaming's turn to
give me Lifestealer, because I personally think playing Lifestealer into Night Stalker is a little annoying because anything that can silence you makes you have to buy like a BKB.
Yeah.
And that's not an item you particularly want to buy on this
Yeah,
hero.
and it's ground silence, so you can't just get like a Satanic, you can't just get
10 seconds
Manta style.
remaining.
Like you legitimately have to build a BKB at some point.
Or hope there's a
5
clutch force
seconds
staff or
remaining.
something that can reposition your hero.
Yeah.
But yeah, Warlock will come out. Very standard.
A lot of the time, this hero is picked to partly to ensure that you're going to win the lane. Lifestealer will probably do that on his own. So this means there's a mix of they're block picking it from Aurora, so they can't play it. Panta really likes to play this hero, and then also the team fighting. The level 6 timing on Warlock is incredible when you have this. What is it called? The book, the Grimoire.
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 And Whitemon is like one of the most impressive Warlocks of the
Aurora
tournament.
Gaming's
So
turn.
what about DK versus Lifestealer? This used to be a pretty comfortable matchup for the Lifestealer. You are a strength hero. But the Frost Dragon,
But the Frost Dragon does not go through BKB is the one thing.
that is correct.
So you,
But when the BKB is out, let's say
10
the lifesteal
seconds
is
remaining.
halved, essentially, right? So that still could be a tool, and
5 seconds.
it is. The
remaining.
only reason I'm bringing it up because it is a Nightfall hero. I feel like
yeah,
it's a hero that he plays really well. We've seen him
Tundra
do well on it.
Esports
We are the PA's banned.
it's 100% worth trying. There's also like if he wants to just go less new meta, I guess like you can go for the Ursa. But I'm not sure how the Ursa Lifestealer matchup goes these days. I imagine it's still Ursa favored, but
Definitely Ursa favorite.
I know there's like
10
the
seconds
when
remaining.
he had the disarm on the Ags, people would argue like Lifestealer can be good against Ursa. He doesn't have that
5
anymore.
seconds
Of course, there's Radiance Burn, which is causing you to miss. Ursa doesn't like that very much, but still, it's like so much overwhelming physical damage and burst with the silencer as well. I feel like you're more than happy
Just
Yeah.
a stat for you as well, Jenkins. Whitemons played Warlock once and lost with it.
I see. What a pathetic Warlock player he is. Thank you, Richard.
He's been too busy playing
Ringmaster.
Ringmaster and having fun.
Yeah.
His Ringmaster, he actually went for the unicycle yesterday, which is,
That looked fun.
yeah, that did look really fun.
Then he lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it
we
turned
got
out-
that iconic call from like Suns fan as well. I think.
Yeah, that facet is not good.
Yeah.
Surely not. But yeah. I'm very curious because we did see, like, in the last series, a Morphling versus a Lifestealer seemed like an unplayable matchup. It's always been a hard counter. You get just a free BKB,
Tundra
essentially.
Esports, turn to pick.
Okay.
Why?
I was thinking the same thing.
It's like, normally I see this hero and there's a clear reason why.
Yep, yet to win at the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's break it down a bit, okay?
Okay.
Is it Soxa
10
playing it?
seconds remaining.
Aurora
Gaming's turn to
Nope.
pick.
Okay, no, it's not Soxa playing it.
It's
All right.
33 playing it.
It might be 33 playing it, yeah. Well, I will say against Tidehunter, the hero has a good win rate. Because Tide cannot crack and shell any of the damage that DP is doing. You just run at him. He has to ravage you. Feels bad. You can still kill
Aurora
him
Gaming's
with DP.
turn to
Ooh, that makes it a little rough to. I'm not so sure you want to lane against the Morphling silencer with the DP.
Tundra
You don't want to put a mid either. I mean,
Esports
Eva
turn
Tusk,
to
so you're
ban.
probably fine. But yeah, lots of heroes that are susceptible to being run down with DP. Like if he can have a solid game and get some items and not just die and burst, then I do think that the hero does a good amount of damage to these heroes on Aurora.
And the other why, now that I see this pick come out, is maybe they were expecting potentially a DK coming
10
out, and
seconds
this
remaining.
Tusk P lane might be very difficult to deal with. So
5
kind of
seconds
forcing a new hero, and we all know that all these players can play
Tundra
Morphling,
Esports,
but I feel
turn
like
to ban.
there's a very few players that can make Morphling work, and Radon is definitely one of them. I'm not sure, like, Nightfall, he can play the hero. It's a good game for it. The lane isn't super easy, I don't want to say. I feel like in general, like, laning with a Morph can be a bit difficult, especially if you can have a lot of
10
pressure on you
seconds remaining.
applied by this Death Prophet, so it's good for the game, but I'm
5
just
seconds
wondering,
remaining.
has he practiced this recently? Does this fit the style that Aurora wants to play? We'll make that sacrifice just to get the best hero in the game.
Aurora Gaming's turn
We
to ban.
always have to ask this question when Tundra has last pick. EZM Invoker.
You see him?
Is
over.
it coming?
I mean, that's the beauty of the DP. It could be a mid or an offlaner, right?
Yeah.
That they pick, so don't know
10
for certain.
EZM Death Prophet. Is it coming?
We have to ask the question.
Yep.
5 seconds.
33
I mean, there's not-
acts. Is it coming?
There's not good setup for the Invoker in the side lanes anyway, so it's maybe not so good. But it's always hyped to see him pick that. Yeah, I mean they could go Enigma.
Nope.
Oh no, they can't. It's banned.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking that myself. Like,
Psych.
a lot of the good heroes, I think they're just gonna pick a mid here for good old BZM. He has a very big hero pool as well. Morph is actually one of his heroes, so he probably knows what's good against Morph, being a Morph player himself. I mean, it used to be like these Pango's banned. That was one of the classics.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get a diffusal hero mid that can play high tempo, not many of those anymore from the mid line. I think it's just Pango who buys diffusal.
I mean Lina is El Clasico, but it's just.
It could work, yeah.
I feel like they're gonna lack like a little bit of disable. They need some stunner.
Well, Aurora luckily does get a ban here into pick, so they probably know what's good versus Morph.
Aurora Gaming.
And they have to pick
Tundra
first. They're gonna ban the
Esports,
DK.
turn to pick.
They're just gonna pick Sniper
Okay.
right out the gate there.
Well, now there are two problems to solve. It's the Morphling and the Sniper. So is there a hero that solves both?
It was probably Storm or Pango, but those are gone. Some unfortunate
seconds
bans working against them, but that's also like the beauty of that pick, right? You
5
can
seconds remaining.
use the enemy bans against them. I mean, I'm thinking honestly, out of the options you mentioned, maybe it is the Lina.
Yeah, you can't puck not into Sniper. Puck would have been good otherwise. Well, maybe not against the silences, but you need the disable.
This is a problem whenever I see a sniper. It's like, what do you pick for a sniper? You have two choices. You either try to beat him in lane, which I think is impossible,
Yep.
or you find a hero that can lose in lane really badly and get on top of him.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So maybe you do just pick the Ember Spirit or something. And
I mean, Ember's
Who
been-
cares?
Yeah, I was going to say Ember's been just incredibly solid. It's got good combat mechanics.
Just
Some
rotate the
rolling-
tusk early on or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I like that idea. I mean, the Ember against, there's a ton of magic damage on Aurora right now. Mage Slayer would do a lot of work.
Other than that, there's like some really cool pocket pick that might come out.
You
Tiny.
may now select your
I mean, you
hero.
get on
that's
top
good.
of them.
That's
same
good.
thing.
Yeah, that is it will be the first time BZM has actually played the Tiny in this tournament, which is shocking because BZM is such an exceptional Tiny player.
Well, they're thinking about it.
Will he play Tiny? Okay.
Okay, yeah. he will.
They're talking about something else. But no, it makes sense. I mean, Tiny is a hero. Like, I understand Morph really likes turning into Tiny, stealing Avatos. This is really strong for sure. But on the flip side, also, if you can jump the Morph and toss Ava him before he can get the stat Morph off, you can kill him if he's sitting really low agility. At the very least, this pick is for the sniper. You can toss him back in the lane and reposition him. I mean, sniper never likes this. Like the ways you beat snipers, you jump him or you reposition him. They went for both, right? Tiny does both.
5 seconds.
I mean, I
remaining.
think Tundra came into this one with a very predetermined strategy. They just picked Lifestealer. They picked the DP Tusk without really seeing too much. And they have an idea of how this game is going to go and how they want to play. I'm very curious to see how it goes out here. Whereas Aurora, they just counterpicked 1-1, I feel like, in the matchup, as you often will do as first pick. So it really just, to me, comes down to, is this Nightfall Morphling paired with a Sniper going to be good enough? I think it should be, as long as the Tide and Night Stalker have a decent game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I haven't been sold on the Lifestealer, Jenkins. Just haven't at all, really.
Same.
Yeah, I do think Tundra picking it is a little different. And I understand the series last night. I get it. That didn't go so well, but I think Falcons is looking really good. And that also won 3 games. So I do believe in Tundra's Lifestealer if I believe in any Lifestealer.
Okay. And got the Warlock as well, of course. Decent.
Yeah, White Mon Warlock once again also losing, but you know,
I mean,
in Dream League he was like,
I mean,
It's one game. It's-
This game is all about the Death Prophet for me. Like,
Sure.
will this Death Prophet have some like impact in this game?
Well, look, we'll go to the sidelines with some action signs.
I just woke up. Leave me alone.
Делай.
What's up, Diff? What can you do?
Пушка, бомба, сейчас будет все у нас.
Я не в форме.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice
Thanks, Moon, for that one. And yeah, it's all going to be eyes on this Death
Eyes on
Prophet.
Death
See what
Prophet.
33 can do with it. We know he likes the hero. He's found a chance to get it into the draft here today against Aurora. I mean, talk about these 2 drafts. What do you want to sort of talk about first? What's standing out to you, Fog?
Well, I think Fury is touching on it the most. Is just the Nightfall Morphling, right? We just saw Radon play it to pretty much perfection when he's playing versus that Lifestealer with a similar, well, not the same supporting cast, but he has a Tidehunter on his team, so they'd have that big timing that he can go for with a big fight. But yeah, Tundra, Ideally looking to set
30
tempo.
seconds
That's
to
exactly
go.
what it feels like with this type of draft with a tiny mid with a DP Tusk in the off lane. And let's see how much they can look to shut down Nightfall.
Yeah.
Got to be looking at that lane. It can be a bit of a weak lane. Silencer has gotten stronger, as we've said a couple times with the glaives nowadays that you can trade with, but versus Tusk, it's scary. You get caught once, you're dead. It's not one of those that you effectively want to trade versus as a Silencer in a lot of situations.
And talking about the Nightfall morph, similar to Radahn in the sense that for Nightfall, it's also his most played hero in competitive. That's the one he likes to bring out the most, but hasn't done it in a while. It's been 3 months since we last saw Nightfall find an opportunity to bring his Morphling out here with the team. So yeah, let's see what he's got ready for us today.
2-for-2 exchange. We see the Spirit Collector has been chosen, so he's looking to do as much damage as possible and snowball in a way with this. I love this fast. It looks so funny. I love seeing the little heroes getting caught inside of the exorcism, and you just see them bringing him, you know,
Just flying
striking them back
around.
with them. Yeah, it just looks really goofy. And it's something that, hey, this is dating back to old Tundra, that they did like to play. You remember when Soxa and 33 used to do the Death Prophet plus Monkey King? I mean, we're going back 3 years, of course, but they used to run this duo quite often to be able to apply pressure onto the safe lane. So let's see if they can do that, because that is the... It does feel like it's the concept that they want to do.
And eyes on what's going to go down in the mid. BZM getting this tiny against the sniper. Checking his record, pretty impressive so far. He's in competitive. He's on a 7-game win streak right now on Tiny over the last couple of months. So he's been doing very well.
That's really cool, because I think they're saying this is the first time he's played at this tournament, right?
Correct. The last game he played was 25 days ago, so about a month ago. But then he had sort of like a whole month where he was playing, 7 games in a row. Well, not in a row, but the 7 times they picked him Tiny in a row, he won every single one of them.
Yeah, and overall in this game, right, like, he's going to be a super active playmaker, and for Lornoff, it's more about just lane dominance. So let's see if that lane dominance does end up working, because when I do look at Aurora, the playmaking is pretty limited on their draft, right? Their mid laner is kind of a farmer, their safe lane's a farmer, and the Tidehunter is very limited in terms of time that he can pressure, because Ravage is cooldown, so... to see if the lane ends up being that advantageous for the sniper. Because right now it looks like BZM's handling his own very nicely these first few waves. Hunter does their creep pull top. I'll mention it again. They get like the half pull off, so they denied a full wave. Nightfall tried to match the same, but he couldn't. So positioning for the lane, it's going to be in a really good spot for Tundra to put aggression on. Early moves from Pantho just to be able to secure the rune, in particular Nightfall. They're going to look to beat on him again here every time he steps up. Toronto Tokyo also taking a fair bit of damage down bottom.
That's a lot of harassment. Went out with the Fatal Bonds.
It's been one of the best, I think, that we've been able to see on the Warlock. I think not so much at this tournament, maybe, but as they were mentioning his stats also from it previously, he has been looking very strong on it. And it's a lane that Dyrachyo should absolutely free farm in. He's playing versus that Night Stalker and the Tide. The Tide also is usually able to get his trade farm versus Nakes.
And would you imagine as well in this current meta that for the carry players, do you think Warlock's kind of their favorite hero to lane with? Because
Jakiro or Warlock?
Jakiro, if you've got one of those as a carry player in this
happy.
patch, you're like, oh my goodness, I can hit the creeps, have an easy lane.
Toronto Tokyo
They're diving
could
in
be
for him.
going down here. They've got the wounds. It gets dispelled instantly from the blubber, but it's actually top. They get the kill first.
They'll still get the one down bottom, so a couple of kills picked up straight away here from Tundra.
And Sox actually is able to survive with 30 HP. Might look for a suicide play to be able to return back to the lane. It looks like that is going to be the case to those neutrals. Lanes right now for Tundra. Looking pretty solid. 7 denies on the Tiny, 4 on the Nakes, or on the Lifestealer. I'm going to keep some Nakes by accident. 5 on the Death Prophet. So lanes start here looking very nice. BZM even finding an Observer Ward too.
And Lonoff was trying to deny it, but just couldn't stop BZM from timing that last hit in.
Did Dyrachyo get the last hit? He did not get the last hit on the kill, so it doesn't get that extra HP that you get from getting it. 33. He's standing his own here. Looks like there's a rotation to the mid lane. This might catch him off guard.
Absolutely, this is quite an early move to make. Lornoff is just not really going to be able to deal with.
He's looking pretty dead. There's a blood grenade as well if they even needed it, but they don't.
Good move from just one that hard to sort of read that move coming in right as a sniper at 4 minutes in.
And hard to
in that position.
And hard to really take advantage of the move too. It's like you see the Death Prophets alone, but it's a Death Prophet. So the siphons, there's not really much you can do to be able to make that aggressive move.
Yeah, definitely one of those offlaners that's going to give Saxa a lot of freedom to make moves elsewhere. 3 kills here so far from Tundra. Hero? Bring around the mid, but a bit more difficult for him to get in on top of BZM.
Oh,
Dire's top
got
tower
shards
is
if they
under
want to
attack.
force that waveform. Now that he uses it, I'm gonna look for the play. Does put the second point in waveform. I've seen different approaches from two different Morphlings now. Radahn actually put the second point in the attribute shift when he was playing versus the Axe lane.
So what is sort of the build-up that you like to see from the offlane DP? Burning auras, or are you getting this Atos?
I would imagine the Atos has the ward.
My goodness.
Doxa with that ward placed down. It's gonna get instantly dewarded, but
Yeah.
it does work already.
That still very much hurts getting sniped like that by the Tusk.
What a play.
They'll try. I mean, they really want to go for BZM mid.
Toss
And a TP.
and a TP right after the void.
That'll do it. BZM's perfectly safe. Back to base.
Heads up awareness. Yeah, I think the Atos looks great this game versus
Yeah.
the Morphling. So if he does want to go that route, I can actually check what we saw from 33 and he's doing it because I think he's been doing it in quite a bit of his pubs.
He's having a great time, Top. Top CS right now here on the offlane Death Prophet.
A lot of souls already. He's got 5 spirits collected from these kills in the laning phase. That first exorcism is going to be pretty potent. 0% win rate. That's very interesting. I thought we have not gotten into catch win ourselves. I don't.
No, none of the games that we casted, no. We didn't get to see any DP. See how he does here today.
Sometimes the lacking of the hero is just that you can't stick on targets with exorcisms. They do have the Tiny and the Tusk to keep them on top. Lord up again. There's 2 supports.
They're straining underwards the tower. TPs are going to be coming in for him, but the avalanches are ready. They kill Lorinov.
Ento also.
They're going to get him on top of this. Mira, can he strike back on any of them?
Mira
he
also.
can't. They've got the toss. And Mira, can he just run from this one? They're going to have Shard and Snowball up in a second. Mira's going to try and turn to get the wall up, but Whitemon's perfectly fine. Shard and Snowball up in a second. They close in. They're killing off the Night Stalker. They get all 3 of them around the mid. This is a painful start for Aurora.
8 spirits collected on 33. That first exorcism is going to be insane. 7-0 already. They TP in. BZM actually very patient, waiting for the TP to finish before he throws the avalanche. Picture perfect connection coming up from Tundra.
So, sort of clarify again with the DP. So basically with these hero spirits, they replace the regular spirits and they do what?
Bonus damage, right?
What, a first level, it's you're kind of looking between 88 and 94 rather than the base 64. So that's a significant
lot of
amount
damage.
more damage, especially when you've got this many built up early on. Yeah, that first exorcism's going to slap.
I'm looking forward to see what he pops. He's probably going to use it right away here as the Nightfall commits forward. There's a snowball.
Look at them
Look
coming
at the
out.
tide. Look at them go.
Look at this tide. It's spooky.
I mean, once he gets on top, and the damage is going to be super high. Is it enough? Oh, it is! The spirits!
Dire's
Yes!
top tower is under
The spirits of his dead teammates coming back to haunt him.
This is I love this ability. Oh, this Facet's one of the funniest looking ones in the game. That's a big kill. Uses the TP. He's actually shown he's going to go boots of travel, so wants more mobility. But
Who even, I can't even tell, some of these spirits, they look
Dire's
crazy.
top
Well,
tower is under
who's
attack.
this one next to the
Dire's
tide?
top tower
I'm trying to figure that out.
That's
as
the
well.
silencer.
Is that silencer?
That's the
He looks-
silencer, but without his body, right?
It looked like kind of like Ringmaster, but yeah, he's missing his body. He just
Yeah.
has the armor, it looked like there. As bottom also. Mira. Gotta drop the golem.
I mean, why not? They're crushing it right now.
I mean, the Grimoire, it's so early. Level 7 about to be finished for Whitemon. This is the ideal start that Tundra wants to have with their draft. So we said a tempo-based draft and getting pretty much, I mean, the best kind of start you can possibly ask for. Top tower's dead. Tidy's gotten enabled. Phase and Soul Ring's already online. Ornov is actually making moves to try to fix things.
They've got to try and make some sort of play.
Diracho.
Tokyo, he had to ravage
Is under attack.
just to live. I mean, he might still die. Dracho's got the rage if he wants to dive in for this. And he
Diracho
will.
hunts him.
Gets in, gets the kill, and should be able to get out with the Infest if he needs to. Off he goes.
See ya. He's even got buddies next to him. They might just look to go back in.
Oh, they will.
They want the sniper.
They're going to look at a beautiful setup there with the toss. Sets up with a 2-man avalanche. And the golem's still alive and punching.
But they are smashing.
Yeah, this is getting pretty nasty.
Nightfall. He joins in.
He gets one of them.
Another avalanche. He is dead. A triple kill. He gets all the last hits. That's the highest feast I've seen at 9 minutes. 134 on the Lifestealer.
Well, this is going from
And
0 to 100 pretty quick. We're only 9 minutes in.
Oh,
Dire's bottom
what else
tower
is happening on the
under
meantime?
attack.
More spirits.
This is a good opportunity.
10,
33's got 10 already collected.
Because how many spirits are actually in an exorcism? It's 10. It's at the moment.
yeah.
Every single spirit is going to be replaced with a hero spirit right now. And just really, BZM as well, knowing he can go for the
Massive
toss
blast.
away from them. Because he knows they're going to get the kills anyway. And the fact that Whitemon, he got a lot of damage done with this golem. Getting it to still alive at the end of that ult from that earlier play when he dropped it on Mira.
That must be the most impactful early game golem I've ever seen.
I think, yeah,
Full
it's so much
duration
damage.
is hitting people. 33, he's switching. He's switching the build because of these momentum kills he's getting. He goes Kaya, so all about his damage now because he's got all these spirits. Panto,
He's dead.
another one for Duracho. Check the HP. Nom 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 nom. You're up.
Oh, they're going to get him right. Oh, he is speedy. They get the toss. They're trying to turn and hold them back.
Wait, so now he's got 12 spirits collected. So how does this work? I've actually
I
never
imagine
seen them have this many spirits.
Yeah, it will consume 10 right, and then it'll just already
guess-
have 2 being
Does
ready
it
to
keep-
build up the next one.
Does it keep the 2 or does it just consume it all anyway?
I imagine it should keep the 2.
I guess so.
Right.
This is crazy start. 16-3, 10 minutes in.
Yeah, this is one of the fastest starts we've had in any of the
Dire's
game.
middle
They're
tower
breaking
is
Aurora.
From
under
anyone.
attack.
Golem's back up.
Yep.
Exorcism also at the ready if he wants to look for a setup. Saksa, they're hunting. This is an insane start.
Yeah.
I mean, Aurora, with the sniper, they want to win lanes, and it's just not been the case with the rotations that we saw from Saksa.
That's a BZM tiny.
Yeah, he's pretty close to,
He's-
800 from Blink already.
Again, just had that crazy track record so far. It's on a 7-game win streak on the tiny in competitive.
Tower
We're
as
certainly
well.
seeing why here with this performance.
Yeah,
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Crazy stuff. He's going to have a super quick blink.
it's such a good draft that can thrive on momentum. They've gotten all 3 towers already.
Sure.
Toronto,
And there's backup here.
baiting him.
Ravage. If they can finish him off, they can.
Well,
The assassinate coming in onto Saxa.
the turn, you have the ghost.
Exorcism's coming in.
It does consume them all.
That's all right.
That means that he gets 12. Let's count them. 1, 2.
He should have, right? I think he should just get the 10.
Dire's
So
middle
it just
tower
consumes it anyway. Toss back.
Another one. Already starting to build up the count towards the next spirit.
This looks fun.
Count the spirits.
I did. It's 10.
It's
I
only
did,
10.
yeah. There's 2 Night Stalker spirits,
No, we
though.
have
It
12.
looks pretty funny. As tower, there's a... I mean, they already used a glyph, too, from the earlier dive, so this tower is dropping pretty
All
fast.
right, we're
at the
12
spirits.
minutes in.
Toronto's like, I need to grab the creep wave, or we might lose this tower, but he steps up too far.
They're just going to drop the golem on him.
Global comes out. Is it going to save him?
They're going to throw the blood grenade down onto Toronto Tokyo. They've got the snowball
Snowball.
as well. Oh, Toronto Tokyo will live. Take out Sax. They're going to try for Whitemon, but he already has the heal pumping.
Nightfall? Does get
BZM has
shit.
the blink, so they've got to watch out for these blink plays now from BZM.
It's not yet on him.
Okay, it's
in the
coming out.
corner.
How close is it?
About
There
a
it is.
second
Now,
away.
okay, now he's got it.
Nightfall. He is shifted in a comfortable amount of HP versus the Tiny at the moment, so not going to go for him. Fastest on this hero.
Yeah, he's...
Versus a sniper. Looking for the next play. Very fragile heroes at this point versus such an early timing coming out from BZM. See where he looks to strike. 33. They can't make an
It's
aggressive.
just tough to go on with. He's got 3 maxed out spirit summons ready to go.
They can. I know they can't get the flank on him. They saw him anyway. They saw Mira trying to make the play. Oh no! He's found again.
BZM's going to grab him.
No neutral denied for you as Whitemon gets the kill from the Imps. Drums being built from Whitemon. All about early game aggression. 8k lead. 13 minutes in. How many ghosts does he have again? He's up to 4. Can look to continue going for that push. 20 seconds till it's up, and there's still no tier 2 glyph
Yeah.
for 20 seconds.
Once he gets to 12, right, that's when he'll really start to get to use all the spirits, gets him 17.
Yeah.
And that's when it starts to super crazy, right? When you got that many spirits of heroes flying around.
I mean, this hero, as much as this hero is a momentum, like tempo hero, the levels are crazy when Death Prophet is able to get a snowball because it just works so well with your Witchcraft innate
Radiant's
Onto
bottom
Tokyo.
tower is under
himself.
Uh-oh. Fortify the creeps here to make sure the 33 can TP over. He'll pop the Ravage, but he's trapped in by the shards. Surely going down. The ghosts are out.
Infest on 33.
I mean, fighting into this exorcism is pretty difficult.
Mira.
He's going down. down as the avalanche from BZM catches again onto the two of them, Panther and Mira to fall.
Dire's middle tower.
Ben Moonmeander is pretty happy that he listened to 33 so far in this.
Yeah,
with this
I think
pick.
so again.
Because it is
He didn't seem
absolute
too sure on it, but I think after
off.
this one,
I mean, BZM, he's got another toss back.
yeah, BZM's just playing with them now.
This is crazy plays. Triple kill for him.
Top tower is under attack.
Radiance soon online for the Lifestealer. Glyph was used again to try to hold the tower, but the Exorcism coming to a tail end.
My goodness. I mean, what Moon said as well, right, that his boys are kind of the early morning team.
guys, yeah.
It is 1:30, but for gamers, that's early morning.
Sure.
And we're seeing how much Tundra pop off in that sort of position at that time.
It's 23 kills. They're well past
14 minutes.
1 kill a minute. 23 to 6. Aurora not even able to strike back so far here. Did see, of course, you know, Radahn able to make a miraculous, a pretty good comeback, but they were not this far behind by any means. And not into this aggressive of a draft either.
God,
So far not able to utilize their global or their ravages really at all with the way the Tundra is just kind of running at them. Tier 2 claimed so early. 33's been, I'm just seeing him shuffle between builds. He's trying to decide which one he truly wants. He had EQ'd, he had Glimmer, Yules. I think he did decide on that Glimmer.
Aurora's going to try for a play.
So Tormentor, it's top since it's a Night Stalker. Does shift where its positioning is at that 15 minutes. Tundra, very well aware of it. Aurora.
Yeah, they're looking to head up and join Matrona Tokyo, but there's no Ravage for 40 seconds.
It's already a Radiant. I mean, Daracho already has Radiance too.
It's got to be one of the quicker ones.
Not an easy way to get on top of him either. They're gonna have their ults for the fight. They haven't committed them on the Tormentor, so Exorcism's at the ready in 15 seconds.
Job for Saxon.
Looking for a wraparound.
Here comes the night time, but they make the jump straight away towards Mira. Tokyo stepping up, the golem's going to get dropped upon him. They'll use the global silence. Aurora trying their best to fight on towards the supports. They look towards Saxon. Saxon able to get the punch off.
Exorcism.
And the shards. They're in with the Exorcism. No, Saxon survives actually with a snowball. He's going to live thanks to the Shadow Word heal. Saxon survives. They've killed off the Tide, killed off the Sniper. Mira's trying to finish off this tusk. But Saxon finally goes down, but the damage has been done. The ghosts are chasing him.
Okay,
He'll die to the neutrals, but it's effectively a team wipe. They just can't fight them. They try and enter into it around a time where they didn't quite have the Ravage, they didn't have everything.
they can't even get the connection on the global before the chaotic offering already dropped too. They already got their spells off.
It took them just so long to kill the supports.
It really did.
They had to spend that whole fight chasing Saxa and Whitemon. They get them at the end, but by the time they've done so, everyone's dead.
Look at the ghost damage. Almost 4,000 done from 33 in this fight.
And
Insane.
And already up to seven more
spirits.
souls or spirits. 706 on 33. He's gonna have the Yules for the next fight. Good luck killing him.
Beautiful execution. Tundra just literally playing this game as even better than you could possibly imagine. 27
crazy.
kills. It's insane how many kills they're getting.
70 minutes in. Roshan will be theirs.
They can't get the like somehow they have to get some type of synergy with the ults, but at this deficit, they don't have damage now either. You see Nightfall tries to commit, and as you said, they can't even kill the supports in time. Chaotic was dropped before the fact. Yeah, at this point, they are quite durable on these two. A Pavis, a Solar Crest pretty much done for Whitemon, and Saxa almost having a blink too. So these two supports have like what, 1,500 plus HP,
Yeah, they're
plus
crushing
defensive
it.
capabilities, and another one.
Grab another one there.
Godlike, the last pick Tiny.
Dude, that I said BZM's tiny. Kind of makes you wonder why they haven't sort of found a chance to get it out. You know, since, for 25 days. So that was the last time we saw it.
Very, very true.
Imagine it has been being banned out a few times.
They have deep vision again. Look at BZM. He was thinking about going for the blink play, the concussive grenade to protect Lorinov. Swiftly moving across the map, this deep vision that they've placed. I think they even saw Nightfall sneaking his way up here. 33. He can just push out the top wave, and he has boots of travel to join his team. Crazy levels of farm that everybody's been able to find. The support's soon to surpass some of the cores.
They're going to set up on the Toronto. It is pretty tanky.
Saving the punch and the toss.
Slowly but surely. They'll get themselves another one.
Desperate times for Aurora already at this point in the game.
I mean, this is definitely going to be one of the high amount of kills you've had, right?
I think
At
it's the
19
highest.
minutes in this
I think
tournament.
it's the absolute highest
Yeah.
that I've seen. At least from one
team, yeah, 29 kills.
It's just insane. Death Prophet just completely unanswered too. 706 has the Essence Ring. I'm gonna try for 33, but Essence Ring, Yule's Glimmer, and he's got a Tusk behind him.
Time will come out from Mira.
If they can't kill him here, then I don't know when they will.
That's the
This is
global as well.
heroes.
They're using a lot for this.
It looks way too deep now.
Has two very big cooldowns used. Doesn't really get them anything.
Mira might still get caught. Maybe BZM.
Yeah, he knows where he is. EZM. He doesn't miss. Snowball's coming in. Can they close any further?
Is it even worth chasing now?
I think they might just let him be. They're like, well, whatever. Hey, gets Courier.
In BZM, it's worth chasing.
Okay, yeah, BZM wants
It's
to.
worth chasing.
We're kidding. BZM wants to continue to pad up his stat line.
Autumn, Toronto, it's just everywhere.
Each time he goes. 31 kills.
I'm loving this. If you can get this many kills when you're playing with Death Prophet,
Yeah, it's just every single exorcism has been incredibly buffed up because of the amount of hero spirits he has.
they're essentially double, right? They're essentially double every single time. Damage that they're able to apply. Another catch.
Yeah, I don't know how much more of this they want to endure
Yeah,
on Aurora.
they probably want to tap out soon.
Dire's
20 minutes in, 32 kills. By Tundra.
Likely just a Rax here. You want to stick around? Do they actually want to stick around? Looks like they do.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Daracho even looking to drag the mid wave, pull it over. No global, no Night Stalker ults. Looks like they're going for a last hurrah potentially to go for some type of smoke wraparound, but do they even have damage at this point? CM has an amp damage for the
Oh,
jump.
he's in. The toss back on the Nightfall. Rabbit will come out of the two of them, but the goal's going to get dropped onto the three, and the Snowball comes in to keep them safe. The Fatal wants it down. They have to punch up onto Toronto Tokyo. As he'll get left behind, trapped in the shards, he'll fall. They get back in with the combo on a Nightfall. They don't lose anything themselves again, Tundra.
GG.
Dire's bottom
That was a game.
That was a
That
beatdown.
was a, what, my goodness.
I think the biggest beatdown I've seen of this tournament.
Yeah,
actually.
and
We've seen it
coming
quite a
this
bit.
late on in the tournament as well, that is quite something there from Tundra.
All right, well, if 33
Nasty.
asks for the Death
Oh.
Prophet, I think you might want to give it to him. It was an old classic they used to run. Yeah, I was mentioning it from back when old Tundra played their DP Monkey King kind of duo.
Yeah,
with
he
Soxer.
loves this era 33.
Yeah, they stopped them.
Hero is banned for so long that you forget that the entire drafts were actually based around abusing the strengths of that hero. And then when you just pick the hero, throw it in, and then there's nothing that's abusing the strengths, all of a sudden it looks terrible. And it's not. They just need to drop different.
That's a first phase Ursa.
Aurora
They didn't do that last time.
To ban.
No, that
Tundra
is unique.
Esports turn to ban.
And the lifesteal is gone as well. So
Oh, they get a, let's see, there's Magnus,
10 seconds remaining.
Darkseer, but I don't know.
NP is available.
NP's
5
available. Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Braccio could take the NP, but I don't know if you want to give Magnus then take NP.
Abaddon is in the pool.
Abaddon as well. Oh yeah, 33's been rocking the Abaddon.
Abaddon?
Tundra Esports.
There's a different hero. Is that the Italian?
I don't know. That's the normal one.
And they go for the
I don't know what Abaddon is.
I say it accidentally, but that's only because I've been like associating with NA people that call it that. It is Abaddon.
It is Abaddon, yeah.
He says his own name. Yeah, he goes Abaddon
Yeah, he does.
when he gets picked.
Why'd you say it wrong? Yeah. Okay, anyway, Magnus was the choice here. They banned the Abaddon themselves. And it's going to be playing versus Enigma. This hero it can be played as a 5, a 4 in some cases, but mainly an offlaner.
Sure. Very strong as well.
It keeps getting second phase banned too. Like every time we call it, I was like, oh, they should pick Enigma. It's just not there. It gets banned.
You know who's really good at Magnus?
Duraccio.
Yeah. I don't think you're sad to play Magnus versus Enigma in the lane. You've got the built-in cleave. You have really high base damage, and that is typically what you struggle when you play versus Enigma is you have no way to either kill the Eidolons or your base damage is really low, so he gets every CS. A little bit of both here to do.
I will say, on the flip side, my good sir, Enigma can take your tower,
10
and that will
seconds
contest the
remaining.
Ancients. So if they can pick something that's also good at shoving in the lane and taking the tower, maybe that's the approach here, is that you just take away his farm after the laning stage.
I will say, my good sir, and
Do an accent.
my whole voice is an accent.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, anyway, but moving on. If they pick like a CM or a Jakiro, I feel like they can defend their tower pretty easily, especially if they just bring one extra position 4. Could be the
I
mid,
haven't seen as much CM. It's mainly like been snaking, really.
but it's been good.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's got like a 71% win rate, I think, last time I looked at it.
Yeah, that facet is good. Honestly, the one that gives you the shield when you use her Q. Like her trading in lane is insane. It was already insane.
So I wouldn't mind like they banned Jakiro themselves. But reason I mentioned CM is Mag CM is quite a good lane.
10 seconds.
Lots of AoE spam.
Frostbite into skewer back.
Yeah, Frostbite Skewer is amazing.
5
the strong
seconds
one.
remaining.
If they want to, they could also Warlock if they want to cancel Black Hole. So they already banned Silencer themselves,
Yeah,
right?
that does sound really good, actually.
Yeah.
I think if Aurora is
Aurora
letting
Gaming's
Warlock through here,
turn to pick.
you kind of have to pick it to block it. Otherwise,
I agree, yeah.
just making it so that Enigma does not have that option to scale and be that like late game presence, and it's like, oh, you have to play on the Eidolons, you have to snowball early and be this like creep
Tundra
hero.
Esports.
That sucks.
Turn to pick.
Yeah, they had to block this.
Oh, this time around, went from little team fight to Enigma Warlock as their first 2 picks. So they definitely solved we didn't have enough team fight from game 1 problem. They're gonna now have to solve the we lost 3 lanes
10
in 5
seconds
minutes
remaining.
problem.
That's a tough one to solve. Yeah,
5
that's
seconds
rough.
remaining.
I feel like that's a skill issue, but
Yeah, you just GG. That's how you solve that one.
yeah.
Well, they only got 1 more of those,
Tundra
so
Esports. Turn
Correct.
to pick.
Okay, I mean that's a solution to the black hole. The
Yeah.
eventual lasso, like Enigma doesn't really want to get a Lincoln's.
Soxa is 4-0, 100% win rate on this hero.
Yep.
And he's like the only guy playing it. No one else is playing Bat Rider.
In Phoenix, we have seen them do this many times before, where they pick Magnus
10
Phoenix, and then when Mag
remaining.
stacks and farms his own Ancients, this is when Phoenix
Yeah.
can happily take and shove
5
out the lane
seconds
against the
remaining.
Eidolons.
And they're also like matching the team fight as
Yep.
well, right? Like you need to. So I think if you go Bat Rider CM, what I kind of mentioned, your team fight is not going to be matching theirs, which means any mistake makes you feel like you're in the back foot. We see them time and time again. If you ever get behind, the other team has better scale and team fight. The games are hard. Now you have Mag Phoenix, so you are squared up on the team fight here versus Enigma Warlock.
Yeah,
Aurora
my mind goes to
Gaming's
what's the
turn
Nightfall
to
hero?
Oh no!
Oh god, that's not good.
Oh,
That's not a good
All
sign.
right, let's
Everyone, calm down.
let's chill, guys.
Okay.
So we'll try to justify it like we did earlier, which by the way didn't work out.
No, that was totally wrong.
That was not good.
But this time,
This time with Enigma in lane,
10
You
seconds.
can throw back into the Eidolons. This is a strong laning combo.
Tundra
Yeah,
Esports.
that's right.
Is there anything else to the game after lane? I forget.
Yeah, that would be where you win or lose.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything after the laning stage?
Yeah.
Aurora wouldn't know about that.
No, not after the last game.
Not this series, no.
But they want to find out. So maybe that's why they're going in for the
Okay,
Marcy.
Also, this is an egg hitter. At least they have a hero to take the egg out. That's something.
This was not just a response to Tide.
There you go.
He just likes this hero.
33 just likes it, dude.
It's good against Tiny for kind of similar reasons, like overwhelming. You can't burst DP, and then you.
But isn't there like a Tiny or DK in every game, but still nobody picks this hero?
Yeah,
There's always a strength
well,
tanky guy in every
Well, this is exactly why I think it looks like they're forcing it. I feel like 33 just had the idea of like this is actually an underrated hero in this meta. Like these strength,
Might be right.
these like tanky strength heroes, like it's a DP patch for sure. I mean, he was getting picked a lot at the start of the patch in pubs. Like it just fell off. It just got forgotten about. So I do think the Spirit Collector facet is genuinely good.
And the cool thing about this hero as well, it's always been a flex hero.
10 seconds.
It's just been
remaining.
bad, so nobody's really picking it. So
Aurora
this could be their mid.
Gaming's turn to ban.
Yeah, you can follow the Tiny. I guess that's a really nice thing too. DK, Tiny, the heroes that you're picking this against, they will flex between mid and safe lane, and
Yeah.
you can move the DP to follow.
Ten
Well,
seconds remaining.
let's see. They banned the Huskar.
5 seconds remaining.
Do they want to try Sniper again? Or is that forbidden?
Tundra
This could easily be
Esports turn
Tiny
to
carry,
ban.
Warlock, Enigma offlane with Marcy. They just need a mid. And Sniper, as I mentioned before, he is definitely very good versus Death Prophet. Any of these heroes that can just hold their ground and just kill the DP. I mean, Monkey King wouldn't be bad
10
either, but the
seconds
lane
remaining.
can be difficult.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like you get Lorne off something comfortable.
Less Shrek.
Yeah, that is what I was looking at.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think the Lush DP matchup can go both ways.
Come on. You know what you want to suggest, Jenkins? For Lauren.
The Storm.
There it is.
Yeah, well,
I think very bad versus DP.
Terrible game.
not good against. It is a really good matchup against Bat, and I also feel like if I'm Magnus and I'm trying to go for a backline, if I'm trying to hit like a good RP, it's really annoying to have a Storm jump me. Also, the hero like farms waves all the time on the map, especially when you're not maxing Shockwave as a carry. You have to show on the waves, so I do think Storm.
But what about BZM's hero? There's a hero you also want to see him play?
I believe that'd be the Invoker Fear. Let's see the Invoker versus Storm matchup between these two gentlemen here on the screen.
Well, if Jenkins said it, computer.
Let's get it going. Computer, load up BZM Invoker, please. I do have the pick out of phase, so
Tundra Esports turn to pick.
okay. Well, we won't see the
Actually.
Storm.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
All right, they banned it out, but we still might see the Invoker. Yeah, you have some options here, and they'll go Nature's Prophet. All right, so safe pick for mid lane. Is it their mid lane? We don't know. This could be their carry.
Good.
Mag could be mid. I would say Mag could be offlane, but 33 doesn't play that Magnus.
10 seconds remaining.
Death Prophet makes things interesting because I would suggest a DK here.
5
but-
seconds remaining.
You can run the DP mid and then offlane Nature's Prophet, and the DK. I think you would lose pretty handedly to the DP, but then again, it feels like Dragon Knight just does not lose matchups these days.
For me, I just picked Terrorblade. Whatever, just jam it in the game. You got a lot of team fight. You kill DP, you kill NP.
Tiny mid, yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
This Marcy needs some hard carrying.
It's not the greatest against Phoenix, but
You can't win them all, Jenkins.
eventually, like, you can hit the egg, you manta kill the egg. Like, I've seen that one go both ways. It's just that it's not a game where they have like completely no damage for a TB.
Okay, then they can pick Medusa if you want everything.
Oh, that's an interesting suggestion. Get behind an old snake lady. Don't take that out of context.
I won't. Don't think they're real
Snakes
No.
or ladies.
snake ladies.
Oh,
So I think you're safe. I don't think you get cancelled for that one.
okay.
We'll see.
I want to see a really hard carry or a Leshrac. Or something that I go, wow, I didn't think of that. In a good way, not the bad
You
way.
want to have that in a good way. With Aurora, I feel like it's 50-50.
I'm already hating the Marcy pick, so I don't know.
But however, if there was a good Marcy game, I think this is one of them. If. Big if. Right?
And
There it
it's the
is.
DK.
Yeah.
Your hero.
We tried.
It's stable. I mean, they have team fight this time. So it shouldn't be as completely devastating unless they just get outskilled in every lane like they did in the last one.
Yeah, I mean, I think their lineup's good. I think Lornoff, I believe he has a really bad win rate on this DK on this team.
20%.
20%. That I would consider that really bad. So they're going back for something that has not really worked for them. They have a Marcy who has a 12% win rate, but maybe that's just what they needed to like prove the stats wrong. Play on hard mode, win this game, keep their tournament dreams alive here. But it's Dyrachyo Mag. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He's so good at this hero.
We could see the complete inverse of what we've seen in the past
5
game,
seconds
which is they
remaining.
just, they just do something crazy with not very good heroes. Who knows?
I think
They have to.
it's so hard to predict this team in their current form, to be honest. And I do think their draft is good. Like, if this wasn't Aurora, I would say, like, oh, yeah, this is, like, at least 50-50 for them. But
I'm just looking forward to seeing some, big black holes. Like, I just really want to see that from the team fight.
yeah, I've
Okay.
definitely heard that one before from you. Nightfall on Tiny. Has he played Tiny before?
Yes, he has. That was the infamous game where they threw, remember?
Oh, the infamous one. Yeah, that
Yes.
was good. Well, that was Toronto Tokyo's fault. I'm a
It was a 50-50
I'm a Nightfall stand
split.
on this one. Yeah, I'm on
Oh,
his
do we have to
side.
pick a side now? All right, I'm on Nightfall. Nightfall side.
You on Nightfalls after watching the
Yeah, I think
But Toronto Tokyo's the captain. It can never be his fault. That's the important thing here.
That is how it was.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I always wanted to be a captain while playing carry.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I think both these drafts are good. It just depends on how the lanes go. Like, this is the thing that you can't. They haven't drafted any better lanes. Like, the laning from last game, I think, was just getting outplayed. And I worry that the same thing's going to happen in a second game.
It's such a good Tundra draft. I can't go against it.
All right, well, thanks a lot, guys. It's now time for our contracted Sir Action Slacks Power Hour.
Prepare for battle.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
We had the honesty coming out there from
30
Moon. We'll see
seconds to
how
battle.
it's going to play out. Game 2. Hey, ready to go between Tundra and Aurora. We're getting some strong stuff. They get this Magnus through. First pick this time around. They're allowed to get it for Dyrachyo
No,
again here.
You saw him break. He was Alchemist levels of farm. I believe,
Yeah,
last time that he
yesterday,
farmed
right,
it.
yeah.
It was absolutely insane. He was almost, I think it was 5,000 ahead of the next hero, if I remember correctly. However, we do have a bit of a pivot coming out here. 33. It will not be the funny ghost this time. He's gone the morning ritual. He's
Why?
going to
What's-
survive the burst.
Is that what it is about?
I believe so. Since he's playing versus a couple heroes that can just get on top of him and look to focus him, I would imagine that's what he's looking for.
Okay.
Not as easy as a lane probably either, where he can just bully something like a Morphling with the Tusk. So I guess that's what it would be. And maybe they're just thinking they're not going to get as many kills early on, but we shall see. 'Cause yeah, their draft overall naturally just plays more of a farmy game, right? They have the Magnus, the NP. They can slow things down rather than just looking for those crazy kills that they got last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how Lornoff is able to do. We have seen him, he's done well in the early games, most of the games on the Dragon. It's just the later stages of the game. Some of his item builds too have been a bit interesting, we could say. The Moon Shard, I think we saw 2 or 3 times that ended up not really working out for him.
Yeah, I think for Nightfall, pressure's also going to be on him. you know, did sort of one tiny game the other day, didn't go great. And in terms of what he's been practicing, he's played it 9 times in the last month in his pubs. He only won 2 of those games.
Oh, okay.
So win rate's not been too hot from him in pub and pro recently on the tiny.
And he is playing. He's playing versus one of the hardest counters in the game in terms of the. It comes from the support role. It is a 5 position, but Phoenix has historically been devastating for Tinies to play versus. Both the egg, of course, just being able to him not being able to focus it at all, but the Sunray. And we do see Whitemon. He's gone for hotspot in this game, so another little bit of a pivot in terms of which facet he wants to get, being able to play backline with Sunray. It's really strong versus these tanky cores. Versus DK and Tiny, it starts to do an insane amount of damage.
Let's see if they can put any pressure onto Dracho on this top lane.
Feels very difficult for them to do so. I mean, we have to also talk about the Marcy factor as well.
The
too. You know,
Marcy.
they did want to have this combo with the Enigma, but this hero has been, I don't even know if struggling is the right word.
Gonna have the Tango regen.
Another Fire Spirit.
Ooh.
Should be all right. If he connected with the dive, it might be enough damage.
I think it would have been. But Amir's prepared. He has to south Tangos. So better heal back up. But yeah, the Marcy, it's just almost sort of comically bad, right, that win rate on Marcy this tournament. I don't remember last time we sort of saw anything like this where a hero was picked so frequently. But really is just, you can see it there, 16 picks, only won 2 games.
And this isn't just a support Marcy, right? We've seen, I think,
We've seen in different roles, right?
4 carries. I can't remember exactly how many, but yeah, the hero just is running into a lot of difficulty.
But you can see why it's tempting to pick. Like the concept,
Sure.
right? The idea of this lane, it is one of the stronger Marcy pairings, right?
Yeah, it's similar to like the old school Tiny plus Enigma that we used to see, or Tusk Enigma. Just for some reason, the hero just feels like doesn't really do too much. And I mean, a couple of reasons why is because I do feel like a lot of his abilities are kind of dead abilities.
Sure.
Like Bodyguard feels kind of underwhelming in a lot of stages of the game. Dispose, you don't even level it. People get 1 point and then go stats in a lot of situations, so.
Let's see what they can do with it here.
Yeah.
Aurora. On the other side of the map, you sort of see 33 having another pretty easy entry into the game as the DP.
It's slower. Definitely a slower one for him when he's playing versus Tiny and Warlock. He can't just go for constant kills with Saksa. Not playing versus a weak laner like the Morph lane in particular. Saksa, grenade plus the Shadow Word.
A lot of damage. Gonna happen, Panther.
And top, I believe was that the Hellbear Thunderclap that ends up bringing down.
Look at this pressure coming in.
Doing 33.
They dive under the tower, they get both the kills on this bottom lane.
Much better. I mean, infinitely.
Bottom tower is under
More than
attack.
infinitely better there from Aurora this time around. Their safe lane in particular having a good time. Mid, getting that farm. He hasn't died yet either because we did see that rotation that came from Sox in the last game that got the kill early on. Yeah, top. They don't get the kill, but they at least forced Arachio back from that neutral deny.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on top.
I think it was a Hellbear, right?
Did he walk
Like
up and
it.
clap him?
Let's see. Wait, no, it was just actually
Just creeps.
Just a pine cone. It looked like
Yeah.
it hit him once. The Hellbear clapped on the southern side, but right. Mira tries to make the move that we saw Saksa do in the last game, as that Tusk won't quite close the gap onto BZM. Good attempted move though. They can look for those plays pretty early on. Whenever they see the NP in the mid lane with Lorinov, Mira can look to play around mid. Probably wants to continue applying pressure up here though. Just if he sees TP opportunities, if the Nature's Prophet is too far up, then that's when we can see Mira do the similar moves as the Tusk. Let's hope they can't handle the Eidolons.
Yeah, Toronto Tokyo able to maintain control of the lane pretty nicely here, 22-8 against the 23-6.
Another aggressive moves, the Eidolons are there.
There's the control from Mira, back to the Malefice. We'll get the skewer off Duraccio. We'll get him away from the Eidolons for now. In fact, he's thinking about stepping back up over towards Mira, but still has to be careful with the Eidolons
Fire
moving
Spirits.
towards him.
Not quite enough, he's got the Healing Lotus. Whitemon doing a good job there, dropping the Fire Spirits on those Eidolons, but Duracchio's put low.
And they don't really have any regen right between the two of them.
None.
Yeah, they're completely out here, Whitemon and Duraccio.
Anto, been in the area, Mira probably gonna look for another jump. Duraccio
He's gonna get the skewer off.
be okay, but will Whitemon be? It looks like he'll also be able to just walk out.
He's gonna dive in a few seconds if necessary.
Mira's trying to close the gap. He does have 35 movement speed on him. He's gonna throw the blood grenade.
Yeah, dives up for Whitemon. Okay, yeah. couldn't go for it earlier, I guess, because he knew that the dispose was going to be there to cancel it.
Well played there.
So, yeah, indeed, Mira holding the skills, leaving no way for Whitemon to play his way out.
Bottom, Nightfall has been left alone for a moment. Panto is back now.
Dire's top
Axa
tower
is getting these stacks up. Sticky's third stack.
Heals are strong.
Those are very strong. It's strong, in fact.
Yeah, they can't get him.
Did the Wrath of Nature, did it not bounce to him? It didn't do a lot of damage to him. I think it hit him, but it did pretty minimal damage from BZM.
Now look at this, much better start.
Infinitely.
3-0, 6 minutes in, they've got the slight gold advantage.
And their lineup, it isn't greedy. Last game, I was worried at the start just because the sniper morphling together. If they do fall behind early, it's hard to recover things. This time around, they're ahead, and their lineup, it's not greedy.
Look at this
They
mid.
play very nicely early.
Lonos trying for the setup. They're going to get him with the rebound. Saxa will TP over, but BZM, he's going to be going down.
Good move from Mira again.
Yeah, making some good plays, enabling the cause.
Going for more. Lornoff with the Arcane Rune. Can't finish off Soxa, but more harassment. 2K lead of these first 7 minutes. Anto even pressuring 33 more and more here. Adjustments were made, and the adjustments absolutely are working. Panto getting involved in a lot of kills early. 4 Black Grimoire charges. I believe he has the 6 when he consumes it, since he's about to hit 5. They're going to get
this
the double
point.
shrines, and yeah, with this he will, absolutely. So level 5, he can consume it now. He's probably almost level 7 off of it when he eats it. Could look for another aggressive move.
Yeah, I mean, they could look for a dive play. 33 is pretty low. If they want to drop Golem and Avalanche, they might be able to kill him.
I think they're going to. Panto, he eats the tome.
tower is under
They
attack.
want to do it. He's healing up pretty
Siphons.
fast. Yeah, that'll probably put them off it for now. Now, okay, with the backup of Mira, they'll go for it. And they go with the rebound. Holding back on the Golem for now. Can they kill 33 without it? They can. Take down the Death Prophet. TP's coming in, and Whitemon chases down Nightfall with
Big
the
frag.
Sunray. They'll drop the Golem now, holding back Saxa. Dive forward. They're trying to finish Nightfall off. They'll get the kill. See if Tundra can get anything more from this. It looks at Mira, but the heal's been thrown out by Panto.
Golem, eating them down. Mira's trying to get the chase off the mark onto Soxa. Might get turned on himself now, 33. Does he want to go for that kill? He'll go for Panto instead. It's
He's gonna
level
look for
7
him.
Warlock.
He's got the maxed out Shadow Word. It's strong heals again for Panto.
Whitemon,
He's walking it off. And look at this wraparound coming in from Lorinov. The Avalanche is there for Nightfall. They can pick up big kills from this if they burn down Whitemon with the Breathe Fire. Turn towards 33.
huge moves.
I mean, the fight just went on that long that
And another one.
they're able to wrap around and get him. Mira's in with a dive, gets the connection onto Zaxa. They'll clean up the 3 of them. I mean, Aurora. They're kind of turning, it's doing exactly what Tundra were doing to them last game. We're 8 minutes in, 8 kills, 3K lead.
Just quick, easy movements too. A great shift even from Lornoff to get the extra setup.
Radiant's middle tower has
33,
fallen.
0-3 this game, 0-2 on Soxa. This lane is not working the way that I think they initially wanted it to be able to pressure this Tiny. Nightfall is free farming.
And for Chooks, you got to remember last game as well, like 33, he didn't die at all that whole game of the Death Prophet. Game 2, 9 minutes in, as you say, already 3 deaths.
Is under
And
attack.
Soxa was like the dictator of the pace in that last game too on the Tusk. This time around on the bat, struggling quite a lot more.
Let's see if Aurora can keep this up.
All 3 cores farming nicely. The supports as well, having a fantastic game. Toronto Tokyo looking for a setup on
Back
Karajo.
on play.
He's going for it.
He's got the Eidolons out. Is that going to be enough to kill him?
What? He wasn't attacking.
What do you mean?
He just walked on top of him with the Eidolons. Am I blind?
No, they were attacking, weren't they?
Dude, he literally walked them on top of him and didn't attack.
Dude, let's get a replay of that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They were here.
He started attacking after about a second and a half, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah. Observers agree with you. We'll see the micro. What went wrong?
I think he runs him on top of him. He's not
that's-
attacking.
Yeah.
And then it's over a second and a half before
True,
he starts to get.
that
would've
indeed
been
is
the
a
kill.
lot of time moving them right on top of him.
Aye, that would have very likely been the kill. And now Mira,
Okay, well,
pretty big mistake there coming out from Toronto.
yeah, they'd like to forget what happened on that top lane there.
I thought I was seeing things, but I was like, why are the Eidolons just walking
Middle tower is under attack.
to mid? So we'll be able to push this tower down with the dragon and with those Eidolons. Lornoff very close to Blink Dagger.
Oh, look at that. Look at this tower. Still strong pressure around the Eidolons and the Dragon.
Dire's middle tower has been
That
denied.
PCM, he just walked up and get the deny with the tree.
I actually can't believe that just happened.
He just walked up with the tree and denied it.
Much slower game from Tundra this time around. BZM, still going to see him get that farm. He is still top of the net worth, as we do see these Nature's Prophet do, even if they do die once or twice in the laning phase.
Yeah, super hard to slow him down.
Yep. Gonna be able to do that farm. They have the ward already placed up. I think everyone is doing it now. Yep, the one to scout so that the Wrath of Nature bounces at maximum. We'll see couriers, etc., because this is a, we can call them a kind of nerdy team with 33. I'm sure we'll see that micro coming into play. Saksa trying to get what he can, but Nightfall has cut him off.
Should be a pretty easy one hit.
Yep. So Saber double hit. BB for Nightfall. Very different approach that Tundra has to take with the way the lanes have gone down.
Yeah.
Gonna have to just farm to catch back up. Mira looks for Whitemon.
Got the dive, and he does have the egg. He's gonna go for the Sunray TP.
Just make it away. Thank you, Jenkins. Is that blink finished up for Lornoff? I believe it is, right? They're gonna smoke off that move. Golem is at the ready too. Definitely wanting to apply some pressure here. How long till Black Hole? 40 seconds.
And you like the Toronto Tokyo's going for the Midas gameplay?
Wanting to stay ahead. You know how my feelings about Midas a lot of the
Dire's
times, but
bottom tower is under attack.
Ratio's pretty low.
he really is.
And they know that they're coming, so. Last turn, Lornoff's got the
Still
flank.
gets him.
There we go. That's one way to make the first play with a blink dagger.
And
Now they look towards Whitemon. Double kill. Doesn't get much better than that
Mira.
when you turn up with the blink.
Mira is true. He's playing this Marcy to perfection in these first 12 minutes. Making the moves all over the place, getting these extra catches for the team.
Dire's bottom
Maybe that's
tower
what sort of
is
what's
under
become
attack.
here, this tournament. It's sort of these supports wanting to prove that they're that good, that they can win with this hero that everyone else can't win with.
Hey, perhaps.
Yeah, they got something to prove here.
Saksa also been found. Lornoff, can he
Radiant's
finish him?
top
One more
tower
hit.
is under attack.
The HP, Nightfall, he knows where he is.
Is there any way out of this for Saxit?
He actually does make his way away.
He should be fine.
He's
TP's
got a
going to be
ward
back in 10 seconds.
They're still pinging him. They do seem to know where he is.
Yeah, Lornoff's on his way back over. He's going to find him.
I mean, they know that he's maybe looking to cut creep waves, because that's the... Tundra's done this a couple games, right? When they do fall, when they fall behind inside the laning phase, they just start cutting waves to catch back up. So, yeah, they predict the play that comes out from Saksa since he's been there for a while.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And we'll see if the Midas does end up paying off, because Toronto, yeah, he's committing for it. Absolutely. He's going to
Dire's
pick it up in the
bottom
next 30
tower is
gold.
under attack.
So far, I mean, the farm for 33 and Daracho, it's been pretty underwhelming, right? Especially from what we came to be used to seeing for Daracho on the mag from the other day. This is quite a difference.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to give a lot of that credit to Mira, what he's been able to do in that early game. How many D-wards is that as well, too? I think that if we could bring up a stat as well, too, from Aurora, I think that's like 3 or 4 D-wards that I saw from them just in the last few moments. So, very limited vision. Yeah, they've gotten a majority of them there. Undra. They have 1 ward at the moment up top. Looking to make a play onto Toronto Tokyo. He's going through the gate, though.
Dire's bottom
Lornoff.
tower is under
He's able to find the jump onto BZM.
Another kill.
That's the biggest kill they can find here, with BZM doing as well as he is in the farm.
Radiant's
So
bottom
they're going to take away the
is under
shrine,
attack.
but on the flip side, we do see Tundra looking to contest the opposing one. Toronto Tokyo is going to make the move over. Maybe he doesn't expect them to be here. He's got backup.
And he's going to just drop the black eye.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No hesitation. Shrine was claimed. That's a good usage of the black hole, though. Especially with the pace slowing down. Just getting that extra kill. 14-2. Similar kill line, kill story that we saw from last time. Not as fast. I think last time there was a 23, 26.
No, it's not
Outside of Tundra, but still.
not nearly as stompy, but definitely very much going Aurora's way.
And itemizing Panto. We see him going for the solo crest next. Itemizing for early game Nightfall. Runs into Whitemon.
Set up. I got a burst.
Kill after kill. More than enough chain control. Mage Slayer now finished up for Lornoff. He's gonna go down the Dragonlance build afterwards. Standard pickups. Mage Slayer also, so other things to talk about too is they didn't have one last game. Of course, things got out of control really fast, but versus Death Prophet, this is another one of those really, really good items since it does reduce that ghost damage when he has the debuff.
Radiant are scanning.
Looking to accelerate things more. Tormentor, the next one to go.
Is under attack. Radiant's
Smooth
bottom
sailing so
tower
far
is
for
falling.
Aurora. It's gonna just be delay.
Dire are scanning.
free shard to get from Mira. You have this DK, Tiny plus Marcy trio in particular. Very difficult for any hero that really shows at this point on the map from Tundra.
Dire are scanning.
Saxon's going to be very close to the Blink Dagger.
Okay, that might actually be the call that they make to look for at least a pick off, right?
Yeah, because at least with that, they can go get the catch and set up to then follow up with the Ghost, the Supernova. You actually get a chance to use these ults to make a play.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single Ghost usage, right? So 33 hasn't been able to find an opportunity because of how slow that lane started.
Aurora, they're ready to keep running at
Making
them.
the moves.
You know, Loronov's not really got much to be scared of right now.
They also keep fighting. I mean, Dyrachyo keeps being pretty low while he's jungling, right? Even though he's got the Mask of Madness, he is sitting below half HP in most situations. So if he gets caught, he's very likely just dead. Gossamer Capes, not just Gossamer Capes, they're greedy Gossamer Capes, so tells the tale of how Tundra, I mean, we've already seen how they want to play with Split. Cutting all the waves, Saksa.
They're going to find him. He did manage to spend his money, though, so the Blink Dagger will be there on respawn for Saksa.
These wards are very useful when you see them just playing this type of strategy of cutting waves. Blink now for Toronto Tokyo. They want to look for a rush at any point soon, since it doesn't look like Tundra really wants to contest anything. Could be an option they want to go for, but looks like they're more kill hungry. BZM, back to bottom, placing obs and sentries. Checks one spot, but he didn't check this one. They see him, here they come. Can he make it out in time? He cannot. Let's try again. He's
gonna try.
He doesn't even need him. Blown off.
Too much damage here from the DK.
These wards, beautifully done. They know they're reading Tundra, what they're trying to do.
Yeah, Loronov's having a great game.
Radiant's Blade
are
also
scanning.
even more damage for him. A great supporting cast with him, as we see.
They could go for a dive around the tier 2, I think.
Definitely.
Still with a bit of time left on the Dragon form.
Feels like they can go for almost any of these dives at this point. It's hard for Tundra to counteract
Dire's middle
the
tower
position
is
that
under
Dyrachyo's still in. It's just full out creep cutting. Toronto has the blink.
Does he want to go for the black hole play?
He might just do it. He will. Yep.
Why not?
With the way that this game is just slowed down so much, there's no actual team fights. It's literally just them picking them off when they're just cutting the waves over and over again, so.
It's looking very good from them. And impressive considering the game one was,
middle tower is
you know,
under attack.
Aurora, as we've seen,
Radiant's
sometimes when
top
times
tower
get
is
hard,
under
it's hard for them
attack.
to pick themselves back up. But coming back in after that game one beatdown, there's impressive stuff from Aurora. 18 for 2, 18 minutes in.
T2 bottom, they've got the Solar Crest for Nightfall. He's already got the Shard plus Echo. And S and Y. He's very farmed. Given all the space in the world, 6 and 1 on this Tiny.
This is the thing, Tundra
Radiant's top
definitely not
tower
falling
is
as far
under
behind on farm as Aurora were compared to Tundra in game one. So
They're just
Tundra,
they're not hemorrhaging as many kills.
yeah, they're building up to this point where they will be able to go
Radiant's
for this
top
big team
tower
fight
is
with all
falling.
their ultimates. So still definitely a bit of pressure on Aurora to keep this advantage going and
Absolutely.
try and get as much as they can before Tundra's ready to group up and bring the fight back to them.
Because the high guard defense for Tundra, it is still very strong.
It's strong.
RP
Yep.
plus the egg plus exorcism, even plus a blink lasso. They have a lot of different ways to just pull them into the base and pull them out of position.
Dire's bottom
Going high
tower
guard is still going to be another
under
test, of course, for Aurora, but
Radiant's
overall
top
still
tower
dominating the
is
map.
under attack.
Saksa. Doing as Saksa does.
Dire's
They're trying to
middle
catch him.
Catch him.
tower
Yeah,
is
Toronto
under
Tokyo's TPing back as well. They want to try and punish him, but yeah, he's a little too far away. Axel staying a step ahead this time.
Roche will shift toward bottom, and Arcane Rune also on the bot lane. Or bot river, sorry. But they can, yeah, they could look to go for that Roche pretty soon. The Tundra, they're slowing things down to a 5k lead. Gem purchased up. Okay, that's very early for Mira. I mean, that says they want to get this Roche, and they want to kind of look to get a lot done with this Aegis. Rather than letting these things prolong, if he's going to pick up a gem this early on a Marcy in particular. BZM still trickling behind the Tiny. Ratio also starting to get pretty close in terms of that farm.
Dire are scanning.
Smoking up towards him. And they'll get the jump.
Another one. Up in the golem as well.
Trying to heal up with these siphons, 33. It's not going to happen.
In a chase.
Same time, Saxa.
Saxa gets caught. Can't steal the shrine. Attempts to.
And BZM.
Nightfall finds him too.
He's got him. So just like, they're killing 3 heroes
Wait, Nightfall. The shrine.
in 3 different... Oh.
Nightfall. Shrine of Wisdom.
Guess he didn't want it.
Oopsie. I think it's the kill.
They'll head back up. He's
Giving it to Panto.
He's letting Panto out.
I think Panto noticed it, but we'll give it. We'll say that he left it for the support. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's been a
chill
nice
guy.
guy. Yeah, wants the Panto to get it for himself. That way.
Continues to just be Aurora. 21-2. Revenant's Brooch already done for Nightfall. This has to be one of the more farm timies I think I've seen in 20 minutes also. Nearing that 750 GPM or so, 700-ish.
Yeah, he's crushing it. Which I'm impressed with. As I say, coming into this, his track record hasn't been too hot on the Tiny.
And it's a Roach that Tundra cannot contest.
Is under attack.
Tundra still just not interested in going for a full team fight. They've just got to.
BZM.
They know he's around here.
The ward just expired, but they know exactly where he is.
He's in there. They find him.
No need for a black hole here. More than enough damage to control.
I mean, they're getting a crazy amount of kills. They're 22-2. What ended up in the record in last game? Last game was 34-8. Okay, that was 34 kills in 21 minutes. So not quite as many as what we had for Tundra last game, but still impressive here from Aurora.
Tundra is literally just farming though, right? They are literally not. They are. I mean, they sit back. Sit back, everybody. They're just going to be doing this for a long time.
And we have seen Tundra be able to turn a game around with this approach. Just trying to really just limit their interaction with the enemy team. And just everyone for themselves on the farm, and then bringing together the fight at the last moment when it's absolutely necessary. This is Tundra's game plan for recovering in these sort of tough times.
Yeah, it's probably mostly around just that high ground defense, right? If they can get that lasso play back into an RP follow-up, because overall, we do see Toronto Tokyo. I think he does he have the BKB done? Right?
It's coming out. He's got full BKB.
There are ways to answer this BKB, right? There is an RP.
Sure.
There is, if the exorcism is precasted, the damage that can come after it. There's an egg. There's a lasso. So there are tools to be able to deal with that black hole as well. And even if the egg's not there and like precasted before the black hole, if the Sunray's in good position, it can turn things as well. Have to count in the Sunray when he's got the shard, which Whitemon does have, and he does have the hotspot facet.
See what they want to do here, because they can try hitting the hard ground, and they're like, Tundra, you've not tried to fight us for the last 23 minutes. Are you going to try and fight us now?
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sucks are going to look to get back, because he's the one who has to start the fight if it's anybody with that Batrider. But the tower's dropping.
He's trying to cut
cut waves. They don't want to fight into Aegis.
They'll start going straight over towards 33.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Or enough.
I mean, what a pesky playstyle, right? Literally just no interest in fighting.
They're going to get him.
He's got the gem.
Now we got to bring this next creep wave back in, so still with an opportunity to push, especially now with the Death Prophet down for 40 seconds.
Nightfall. Build these buildings very fast.
Oh, he gets the hard one. Grab back onto Whitemon. The combo comes in. Whitemon will be able to dive away.
The tree missed.
Did he?
He didn't click him.
What was he throwing the tree at?
At the towers, I think.
Oh.
Whoops.
Well,
Missing a kill, but they will get the racks.
They get the racks.
And they can continue to go for bottom.
They could definitely look to... Well, the creep wave is getting cut again.
It is.
And they don't have any alive, right? So the
Kill
back door...
very fast.
It's going to kick in a few seconds.
They might be able to even bypass the back door onto these racks with a Tiny and a DK.
Let's have a look.
Ratio has the harpoon.
Radiant's bottom
Doxta.
But it's into this Aegis. Toronto Tokyo's going to be ready with the counterplay if they do try and make a jump. Backdoor protection kicks back in, so Aurora will back away.
Racks claimed.
Yep.
23-2. Orchid now finished up. Not the moon shard this time for Lorenoff. I'm very happy to see that.
That might come next.
That might come next.
We'll see. He does like his moon shards.
That's true. So far, pretty picture perfect.
It's
side of Aurora.
For Aurora, they just... You know, we've seen Aurora have some leads and let them slip away.
It's just as long as they don't overextend and get caught by these big ultis.
Yeah.
Pretty much the big thing. As long as they approach it very calmly, methodically. It's very difficult for Tundra to approach.
Tundra are setting up, though.
They are.
Still,
Coming in mid.
this Aegis is definitely a bit of a nuisance for Tundra. That pulls back in. One more hit will do it. Another melee Rax is taken.
You see how much the Sunray
Was it
can
range?
start to do.
Oh, it was
the
the range Rax. What am I about? Same time, they just got the range Rax in the mid as well. They got the range Rax in the mid, they got the melee Rax bottom. So the full set's now done in the mid. Half of it's done on the bottom.
Tormentors to back up. If they want to play it very, very carefully and calmly here, Aurora can look to back up for it.
Now, how close is Tundra towards the next big iron? There's 2k gold on 33. We'll see what he goes for. Duracho's going to try and farm up the AC.
I mean, I'm not sure what the next big item is because it's maybe just waiting for the Aegis to time up before they look for a fight. I think that Aegis really caused them some big issues of wanting to maybe try for something on the high ground there because they do have most of the items that I would say that they want to try to fight. It's just hard to approach versus that tiny.
Does it just feel a bit too rough for Duracho to try and get himself a blink so they've got something other than the Saxo initiation?
I was thinking similar, but he probably just feels like he needs as much damage as possible because of how behind they are.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be the case. But yeah, it's going to make it much harder to enter into the fights.
It still could be a possibility that he gets it because it's going to get to the point where
because you need that kind of big
some type of
wombo combo comeback play, right? And having the blink on the Magnus could provide that. So yeah, we'll see what he spends up on.
Yeah, they might even just need a lot of assistance from towers or anything, right? Because if they are missing some damage, just being able to reposition them even deeper into the base could be somewhat of an option.
Well, that's the Aegis about to come to an end, but as that comes to an end, the BKB is going to be delivered out to Nightfall.
Pretty good usage of an Aegis.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a lot of damage done.
A couple extra kills.
Tundra still just avoiding everything they can.
Easy up. The same ward that caught him a couple times.
Gonna have the BKB. They might black hole for this. They will. They'll drop the black hole, make sure he can't TP away.
That's his BKB used as well. So 90 seconds that he won't have it available. They draw the line top.
And get that final tier 2 tower. Look to set up to open up that final set of barracks.
I mean, they can go for set up this top tower and then just potentially back up, wait for that Roche, and then it puts so much onus on Tundra. It's like, how are you going to fight into this Aegis? Even if you do pull him back out of position on high ground push, you got to go through 2 lives. Want to play it very methodically. I have to highlight too, I like what Mira has done this game. Just a Vlad's build. It's not your usual on these Marcies, but the whole game plan is just about ending the game and enabling this tiny.
Saxo is going to be found here. He's going to try and get away, but they're just all on top of him. And Duracho, he's got the plate mail, so indeed committing in towards the AC. And I would have liked to see some sort of like clutch blink skewer into lasso force. Yeah, get someone in the fountain play. You know what I mean?
It feels like it's necessary for them, but yeah, maybe he just doesn't feel like it's gonna even be enough if he does do that. As Shivas is done for 33.
I mean, they are tanking up. They will have a team fight to present Tundra
if they don't get picked off before it. Too.
Sure,
they are just getting constantly picked before the pushes happen. Duracho.
And Duracho should be able to run from this. Off the mark with the rebound. The RP's coming on the 2 of them. They don't really have the damage. Nightfall is actually kind of looking for the Sunray. He'll now tell the Avalanche jump forward on the 33. They'll look to burst through the Death Prophet. They'll kill him off. Nightfall is going to be able to walk away with the range of the BKB as they kite out the Supernova. They only lose Mira.
I mean, Whitemon does the best he can there with the Sunray.
It was a lot.
The Egg is down, the RP's down. They used all their ults. How long for Roche? Find out in 45. Aurora continue to play this as clean as they can.
Yeah. Very much impressing after one of the rougher games in that first one.
Stalking Duracho. He's got no BKB.
Won't do anything to help him. They just have to bail out and let Duracho die.
Godlike for Lorinov. 9-0 and 5. This might open up for them to push the racks now that there's no.
This could be a minute without the Magnus.
They don't need the Roche.
They could definitely be coming for the base once more here, Aurora. Tundra, what's the plan?
There's no Aegis.
Saxo stepping up. The half Harpoon onto him. He's gonna get tossed back as well.
The Sunray.
I mean, Nightfall.
It's killing Nightfall.
He's just dead.
Gone to Whitemon.
My goodness, this Sunray and the lasso on to Toronto Tokyo.
Maybe they should have waited for the rush. They can't give him 2 big kills. I mean, Whitemon.
Dude, how much damage is he taking?
I'm telling you, it's this.
Like-
it's that plus the Shivas that's been picked up, so they're amping
Sure.
damage, but 3,500. So no BKB
What?
from Nightfall. He's got to respect that Sunray. First mistake they made.
Crazy.
And it's a pretty big one. Yeah, you gotta wait for that rush. And yeah, we did see the Wisp of the Judge. Oh, and he has the cast range. That's actually huge.
Okay.
He's gone for the lens too, so if you read the way it works,
So how does it work?
it's based off of distance.
Yeah.
So Sunray beyond 1200 gets much more damage. So with the lens,
You've
plus
got
the
more
E9
that is
Whisper
beyond
Dread,
it. Yeah.
even more beyond it, plus the spell lamp from the Whispers of Dread. Whitemon, he's got his work cut out for him, but that's a pretty big kill that they're able to acquire.
I mean,
there.
that
Now
is-
everybody's back up. They've got RP.
Radiant are scanning.
That is
Roche is back.
crazy how quickly it kills Nightfall.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is the fight that Tundra's been waiting for all this time.
Aurora smoked up themselves. They do have the Black Hole, yeah, and the Chaotic Offering, and they will have Nightfall back with them in a second.
They are all grouped up.
Are scanning.
Tundra.
He's going to get the jump first. Racho's going to see them all. They're pretty grouped up. Oh.
Scared to run into the 5 to Rachio.
Getting away with the skewer.
That's an interesting interaction there between the Harpoon Skewer. Gets it off at the right moment so he doesn't get yanked back in. BZM will back up to the base.
Okay, they're going to... They want to just
try?
try. They know that Tundra's going to know that they're doing this.
I mean, Whitemon is in position for a Sunray.
Okay.
Roar comes out, Soxa, waiting in the wings.
I mean, they're just trying to force this rush. They still feel strong, obviously, Aurora, with the lead they have.
Nightfall. Rosh is dropping low.
Has been killed.
Let's try and make the jump soon. You'd imagine that they will on Tundra.
ECM's got his next item. His Revenant's Brooch is ready.
It's too late now, though.
It's claimed. Aegis is now on Nightfall.
They still want to do this, Tundra.
Mirror throws him in.
Gonna take Nightfall off the high ground. They get themselves in on top. Duracho and Toss as well. BKB.
They're on
White
Whitemon.
Dragon tries to skewer away. Whitemon's gone. Duracho will pop the RP down onto the Warlock, but Duracho dies. Panto survives. And now 33. He'll get focused by Nightfall and Lornoff as they walk up. Kill the Death Prophet off as well. BZM will try to go Toronto Tokyo, but the Black Hole is there. Will get put to stop by the lasso. BZM does manage to pick up a double. Can he walk away from this? Go for the TP out, but the Dragon Tail stuns back up. He'll die. 33 dip buyback, but nothing to be done with that buyback. Just have to quickly kind of get back in, sort out the lanes.
Good job from Lornoff in particular in this fight. He immediately sees this Sunray coming in. He just jumps Orchids, focus fires onto the... Well, focus hits him at the DK onto Whitemon.
Yeah, they have to
kills him.
He is the biggest threat.
He's the
right?
biggest
We saw how much he was able to do against Nightfall. They have to kill this Phoenix first every time.
So a great simultaneous jump, and that is Tundra using
Yeah.
a ton now. Towards this top Rex goes Aurora. They've got the Dragon form.
Is under attack.
BZM's out for 40 seconds. No buyback on him.
Just to Lornoff starting to melt a little. Put the back away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nightfall, he buys the Moon Shard. They're looking to end the game.
Yeah. He's going to take down these buildings so quickly. 3.5 minutes to play with the Aegis. They could chill. Wait until Toronto Tokyo's back in.
They also, there's an amp damage bottom if they do see it.
Oh, if you give that to Mr. Nightfall,
Yeah,
you can
he's gonna
say
be,
night night to your barracks.
It's going to be hitting for over 1,000 damage at that point, so we can see the fight again. I was watching Whitemon pretty much during all of it, because as soon as the Sunray comes out, look, Lornoff makes that call to jump him.
Yeah, great play from Lornoff. And it's just full panic mode at this point from Tundra.
Yeah.
BZM able to pick up a couple of kills at the end of it, but the rest of the team fight is just falling apart so much that he can't fix the situation.
Yeah, the Death Prophet picked this game, not looking like it's doing too much as we see, even though 33 gets a bit of time on the Exorcism, it just does no damage at this point in the game. 0-7 this time from him.
Yeah, full blood on Lornoff. They can wait for these shrines. They're also in position to steal that of Tundra's Shrine of Wisdom.
Level 23 on Lornoff, soon to be level 24.
And same for Nightfall.
Flawless game from him this time around, 11-0-7.
Yeah, they've both really stepped it up.
This ward it still is up on the high ground. Tundra looking to step outside.
Nightfall's going to find Whitemon.
Kills him instantly.
Do they still want to do this? Tundra Dracho's going to try for the skill back onto Panto. If they can kill the Warlock off, Flame Break will back. They'll get the kill.
They get out. Nightfall tries to get a catch.
I mean, they'll take
Right.
that. A 1-for-1 trade whilst they're down as much as they are.
They didn't have
Tundra.
to use an ulti either, right? It's just a kind of free kill.
And just the skewer back.
Yep.
Now, Aurora, do they still want to try and force something whilst they have the 4 of them? Nightmon is going to be back that much sooner here, 20 seconds.
They didn't scout the amp damage. Whitemon will not be able to recover his gem. Toronto Tokyo claims it.
Ratio, they're going to make the jump. Straight in they go with the burst. Durancho's gone. Saxo, try with the lasso. BZM, he's looking towards Mirror. Will be able to bring down the Marcy. Now turns towards Nightfall. But with Saxo and Durancho dead, they're going to have to use some buyback. Saxo, he comes in with his buyback.
Arnold, his BKB is expiring.
Nightfall is back in. Makes the jump, tries to burst the rain of 33, but the Sunray comes down, and Nightfall, he'll go down the ones. 33, siphoning up off the Golem.
Sunray.
Will get back to safety. He gets out of there. They'll look towards the supernova. They'll be able to pop the egg. Blackhawk comes down in, so it's to control BZM. BZM's out for good. Duracho, he'll get the RP onto Nightfall.
Does he have the damage?
Under the towers, they'll have it. Nightfall will go down. So Tundra, they keep the game alive, but it cost them the 3 buybacks.
And all their ults. They're trying to chase out for another potential kill, but can't quite. Did they recover their gem? Let's see if they actually got it picked up. Decent kills, though. At least they're able to claim 3, but as you said, a very expensive ult.
Triple buyback. Can they do anything with this? It's quite a window where, 75 seconds, there is no Nightfall.
They have no exorcism. Their core is on the far right side. They're going to try to just push the lanes out as far as possible.
Yeah, we'll check the replay again. Good jump at the start towards Duracho. Doesn't stand a chance. They kill him so quickly.
Yeah, cool that Nightfall went for the Blink Dagger this game. He just bought it just before that jump, so being able to follow up with the burst, with the DK. 33 lived a lot longer than I think they expected him to with the Morning Ritual.
Yeah, because we saw the Amber, that temptation. Nightfall wants to get back in and try and finish 33 off as low as he is.
And then that Sunray just starts to really rip him apart.
Even at this point, with the Golem dropped on him, 33 surviving throughout all of that.
So close to him doing
Buying time.
down. I believe he doesn't even tick out to that Bloodthorn at the end. That's actually crazy.
Yeah, kind of just got back to the fountain just in time, right?
As you said, heavy buybacks needed to be able to hold on.
It was a lot.
That is what they're doing. They are holding on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
CM, 21's been hit. Witchblade soon to have Parasma, so they're gonna have more damage versus these high armor heroes. I believe we did see Duracho. He did finish up Revenant's Brooch, so rather than finishing MEC, he's gone for some more damage. Feels like he's not hitting hard enough. And I think I would agree.
Yeah, I like this.
DK and Tiny, he was hitting them pretty pathetically, so I wanted some type of damage to pierce through. They are delaying and they're keeping the game, like the gold lead, right? It's just been shrinking, even though they had to use those buybacks.
They've done this before in tough situations, Tundra. Just keep the game alive and
get the output. I mean, they get the Tormentor.
And they get out before anybody of Aurora can close in on them.
All these little things can start to add up. Especially as we do have to point out BZM's levels constantly. I'm just keeping tabs on him. 21's been hit. He's got that 25, of course, starts to put a lot more pressure to open up space on the map for them to continue prolonging things.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All about the base defense. Whitemon trying to get a BKB for himself to protect, probably just a BKB Sunray so he doesn't get stunned or silenced.
I mean, honestly, that's going to be huge if
it can be huge.
You can get that off in the team fights.
And seeing some of these more neutral items, Saksa, he's got the magnifying monocle with Timeless, so distance that he can grab units is very far. He's got the lens as well, too, so can yank people pretty deep into the base. The big ones did we see? Next time, so, more damage. I'm sure you lose the distance for Whitemon there, but even more damage that he can get from the Sunray, potentially. We see Aurora.
I mean, so, yeah, for the Dread time, this feels great on any of these.
Yeah.
10% plus 10%.
DK 25 is on. Lornoff has hit it.
What's he going next with his money, do you imagine?
Usually they just upgrade the blink. See which route he wants to go. Marine, Toronto Tokyo also soon with the refresher. I mean, they're all very farm still, but it's just, yeah, Tundra has been delaying and delaying and delaying to the point where this gold lead. This feels like it's not as impactful, of course, but it's still going to be the case of just defending inside of the base.
Whilst they're dead. So the win probability only giving them 9% right now, but that 9%, you definitely feel it.
You definitely feel
I'd
that.
even argue it should be
feel
a little
it
more
feels
than
little
9%.
higher. Yeah, I feel like that as well, but
With the way that we have seen Tundra recover from these sort of situations before.
yeah, Duracho, he's got an AC finish now too, so his damage has gone massively up in those last two. I mean, since that last fight. He literally has Revenant's Broach plus an AC compared to just a plate mail from before.
Aurora, they know if they can make something happen whilst these buybacks are on cooldown, that will be the beginning of the end.
That's probably why it's only 9%, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Don't
Whilst
have
these
those
the buyback situation's a bit risky.
Because if they get one pick off, then it's just going to be a huge number advantage.
Yeah, the gap
That's what
just
they're looking
completely
for.
collapses.
Aurora, Nightfall, level 25's hit. He's got the double tosses. They want this catch outside the base. Tundra. Zaxa gets the blink.
On the run here, Tundra. Duracho, it's done. And Nightfall's in with the follow-up. They drop the golem. Duracho get the BKB and the skewer off. Can he survive?
The tree,
It's gonna get him.
Oh, the auto attack, in fact.
In fact, yeah, for Lauren off, and that's him gone for 2 minutes. Tornado goes in. Black hole onto the 2, and then the submarine bird will come into play, but Saxa falls. BZM's out. 3 dead on Tundra, none with buyback available. Only Whitemon and 33 left to try and fight back, but Nightfall cleaning up, takes down Whitemon, looks towards towards 33. It's just a team, it's an ultra kill. 33 is the only one with buyback. Aurora, they can run it down a lane, they don't even need to. Tundra, tap out, GG's called. We're going to a game 3, Fogged.
Perfect time for Aurora to catch him. Outside the base, not fighting inside the base. Nightfall able to get that instant catch. Duracho got nothing off. The perfect target for them to initiate on first. I guess he didn't want to use the BKB at the start of the fight because he gets caught by the first stun, gets full combo down. Aurora.
Walk. it already is set up to be a good Marcy game. You can fit a Marcy into any draft as long as you have enough team fight. Her job was just to get in there, and then the team fight ults would follow.
Yeah, that makes
Just
sense.
for context on the Marcy, one of our colleagues, I'm going to steal a stat
5
they
seconds
put in.
remaining.
So from position 1, this is at this tournament, it is 0 and 4 with
Aurora Gaming's
yeah, with 4
turn
different
to
players
ban.
having attempted
Aurora
it.
Gaming's
It's never been
turn
used
to
at 2.
esports
At position
turn to
3,
ban.
it's 1 and 2. And
Aurora
at position 4,
Gaming's
it's
turn
1
to
and
ban.
9. 9 being the losses.
Wow, I thought there was a good stat that was coming there. Okay.
No.
And we know there's a lot of losses,
10
right?
seconds
So
remaining.
Thanks to
Just build
whoever
into
put that
that.
in the group chat.
I mean, Mira just played the last game
5
flawlessly. Like, I
seconds remaining.
honestly feel like he could have been on quite a few heroes in that
Aurora
game, and it
Gaming's
would have been the
turn
same.
to ban.
Like, any roamer Tusk would have been the same. Like, I feel like he just really played a flawless 4 position
10
for the first, like,
remaining.
7 minutes of the game, which was enough to snowball his cores, and then
5
he
seconds
didn't have to do
remaining.
anything. And then he kept contributing afterwards, but he didn't have to do anything.
why?
Why didn't he have to do anything?
Yeah.
Because his cores were so giga fat that he could have literally taken his hands off the keyboard and went to the toilet for the entire game.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's
doing-
He could have had
Jenkins,
Taco.
they
He
call
could have had Taco Bell before the game, and he'd be fine because he could just sit in the toilet.
that is very impressive.
Well, that's one sponsor down.
Yep. Well, either way, I think in this situation, this Enigma caused so many problems for them, right? I don't know if there's an offlaner Toronto Tokyo can play that is going to pressure Dyrachyo Magnus that hard ever again, and they're actually just going to ban it this time around. Like, yeah, if we're not going to get the Enigma, then you're not getting your Magnus.
10 seconds
How many games have we seen of Dyrachyo just play this Magnus completely free farm for the
5
entire
seconds
game
remaining.
and just show up like the highest net worth hero in the game and just destroy everyone? It's been every game but this one.
Yeah, he dumpsters.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
That was unusual from him.
And I think it really was just the Enigma shut him down, especially with the Marcy. We talked about this being one of the strongest lanes in Dota, and they just first picked the hero, and they made light work of that.
So now it does mean that they get the choice between either the Nature's Prophet or the Abaddon. So the question is,
Abaddon.
I feel like they probably go for the Nature's Prophet. I disagree with you, Fear.
Okay, I disagree with you, Jenkins.
Fair enough.
Shake hands.
Yeah, we'll shake hands. Off camera. That's good.
Don't touch me.
You are really nervous all the
I
time.
am always nervous.
Oh, yeah, they're
Being
thinking.
on camera is tough.
It's a tough job.
They're thinking about these two.
Just sleep overnight.
And the DK. Honestly,
Aurora Gaming's turn.
Lornoff looks good on it despite their abysmal win rate. He looks good. The games that they've lost, it's really hard to look at the stats of any hero that's on the Aurora side because I feel like the PA wins really skewed everything else.
10
And then when they didn't have
seconds
PA,
remaining.
they were looking very confused, but now they're kind of understanding how to play without the PA.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
I mean, there's been, I want to say 3 heroes that Nightfall looks like a completely different player on. Obviously the PA, and there's the DK, and then the Tiny game too. Like,
Are we gonna ignore this? He doesn't look happy, dude.
let's just ignore that. I'm sure it's fine. Just compartmentalize that one.
Okay.
Until the end of the
I'm sorry,
game.
Pierre. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I think he's just a very emotional guy, you know, like he's probably describing something like, let's just ban this hero. I have an idea going forward. He's probably, I mean, he's pointing at the screen. At least he wasn't pointing at his teammates.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good breakdown. That's really good parasocial breakdown of the players there, Fear.
Thank you.
I think what we can do is maybe get that slowed down, the footage, and we can,
Break it down.
like really break it down with some like
Tundra
X's and O's.
Esports turn
Speaking of someone that doesn't have much emotion,
True.
you see him,
Yeah, this guy is a
he's just mad
he's
from
a
last
brick.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would be a little upset too after last game because that Nature's Prophet was so useless. He was just dying all over the place.
remaining.
Normally used to seeing this hero pop off. Ezium did not get the opportunity to
5
pop off at
seconds
all that game. Can't really blame him, so to speak. Sure, he made his fair share of mistakes, but either way, not a fun performance to, or not a fun game to be a Nature's Prophet in the last one.
No, his split pushing was getting completely hard countered. So for Aurora, they can play this on Lornoff.
Tundra
He's played it. They can play it on
Esports
Mira
turn
as
to
well,
ban.
and it looks good on both. We have
Did
na-
it. All right, carry on. They banned the Marcy.
we're hoping maybe Nightfall would learn, get this into his repertoire at some point,
Aurora
but
Gaming's turn to ban.
there is doubt there. Yeah, Mira's the one that won with it. Lornoff did just indeed. They just beat it. So, he thinks he can do better.
Yeah, crazy to just ban it out.
Yeah.
After that, considering
10 seconds.
The Tusk. This is what I was thinking. Like, I really feel like Mira completely hard carried the
5 seconds.
the
remaining.
laning stage with Marcy, and the hero that's like the closest to Marcy in terms of what it does and in terms of its rotations is the Tusk. And so if they're afraid of Mira and his impact on the game, then these are two very good bans.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say after game 1 and game 2, this series in particular, whoever snowballs the laning stage
Tundra Esports.
has the advantage, right? And Night Stalkers can get picked into the second phase here. What I do want to see if this hero, though, is more team fight. The Marcy worked because you had a lot of team fight. The Night Stalker works because you have a lot of team fight. Right now, they don't have any. Warlock is banned.
Maybe grab the Lornoff Pango, something
10
like that.
seconds remaining.
Tidehunter. Always Tidehunter.
Yeah.
5 seconds
Never a
remaining.
bad Tidehunter game.
Is Leshrac a team fighter, in your opinion, if there's a Tidehunter as well?
I mean, technically, but I don't consider Leshrac to be a team fight control. Like, for me, team fight controls, you press one button and it covers a whole choke point, and you can do it very easily and safely. Like, it's a curse, Winter Wyvern curse, could be a golem, could be like a macropyre, like all these spells that
Tundra
control
Esports,
like these
turn
areas to
to pick.
Roshan. Phoenix is a team fighter
Oh, they
too.
expect it. Yeah, they're expecting the team fight. They're going to answer it.
And plus, this is the Night Stalker counter, some would say. Would you say this is Night Stalker counter? I don't fully think it is, but there's elements to
Aurora
it.
Gaming's
I think it's
turn
pretty
to pick.
annoying to play against if you're Night Stalker.
What is that the counter to?
good Dota.
Winning, maybe?
Like,
Good drafting.
yeah, like,
It has not won yet.
They played it yesterday. Hold on, I'm gonna do a bit of research. Tundra were slapped
seconds
down
remaining.
into the lower bracket, and they indeed
5
did have a Wind
seconds
Ranger in a
remaining.
game in which they lost, which was game number 2.
mhm,
That game did go 69 minutes, though.
nice.
That's nice, yeah. Well, this could be a Soxa Wind Ranger. I think that's definitely an option. You can play with the execute facet. It's something, that's for sure. I just don't know why. Why laughing?
Aurora
I guess I can't figure it out.
Gaming's turn to pick.
Something. It definitely,
Yeah.
it definitely is something. It's there. It's on your screen.
Yeah.
For sure. I think if you look at it in a vacuum, Nature's Prophet doesn't like heroes that have single target burst damage, right? So
Yeah.
10
that could be a
seconds
counter in that
remaining.
regard. Or maybe BZM's just like, you know what?
5
This
seconds
hero is
remaining.
goaded. Pick it up. Let's just punch our ticket into
It did not.
the final day.
Yeah.
Darkseer is still there.
But what do you do with it?
I don't know.
Darkseer is a good counter to Terrorblade.
But you got an
Tundra
Abaddon and a
Esports'
Wind Ranger.
turn to pick.
Oh, there's the counter to Abaddon, of course.
Boris, can you tell us why that's the
That would
hard
be
counter?
on account of
level
the
15.
that would be the level 15. What is it at, Richard? At level
I think
15?
it's level 15.
Yeah, what
It's
is it?
A break.
It's a break mechanic.
Yeah,
That's
a break.
right. On the
or
level
a
15.
break, as I like to say.
Yeah, you've said that before, and you can break them, and you
10
also
seconds
silence him, so he can't get his ult off.
And that happens at what level?
15, actually, it's on a talent.
5
Right,
seconds
right.
remaining.
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Do you know you can select your level 15 talent without selecting your level 10 talent?
Yeah, I did know that.
So you could also do that at level 15.
I've seen people do that in Herald, actually.
Yeah, it's meta.
It is shocking. People are good at this game. So hopefully this pick will show us why they picked the Wind Ranger as this third pick. Moonmander, he's cooking. He looks devious right now.
Even when Wind Ranger is good, there is never a combination with Wind Ranger. Like,
Yeah.
what is the combination?
Well, I'm
with
thinking
Wind Ranger?
more like what did they
Maybe
not-
Tusk was the combination?
What did they not want to
Tundra
reveal?
Esports'
Tusk is
turn
banned.
to pick.
Okay, they go for the Darkseer. Well done, Richard. That's the hardest counter in the game. At least it was to the Terrorblade. You just get an illusion of him, multiple illusions of him that are stronger than he is.
I've got Cinderin feeding me this.
You do?
Draft. Yeah, Cinderin.
He's really good at draft
Yeah.
analysis.
No, he really
10
is.
seconds
Yeah.
Truly
remaining.
is.
The best, some say.
Yeah, I'd agree. The real question, could you ask Synderen real quick where they're going to lane their heroes?
Aurora Gaming's turn.
Nightfall Abaddon, ladies and gentlemen.
Synderen just told me he thinks 33 will play.
That's the other team.
Nightfall is
That's
not
the
on
other-
Tundra.
yeah, it'll be Nightfall on the TV. Yeah, he's fine.
So, Dyrachyo does play Wind Ranger. I'll throw that out there. BZM plays Wind Ranger. Oh, well, he did play Wind Ranger when you had the Whirlwind facet, but everyone played it.
5 seconds remaining.
So I don't know how
Aurora
viable as a carry that is.
Gaming's turn to
I would
bat.
not want to be Wind Ranger carry versus TB carry. I wouldn't want to be a Baden carry versus TB carry. So they're back in the situation where the carry isn't going to necessarily out carry the Terrorblade. It's going to be like the Darkseer Phoenix. That's like your answer
What about?
to
10
TB.
seconds remaining.
I was gonna say a Whitemon Abaddon, but
He could.
Tundra
He could.
Esports
then it's a
turn to
Sox of
bat.
Phoenix. The
He could.
Darkseer. It's a little scuffed.
Dive into the
Dive in with the Iron Shell. Yeah, that's all right. Okay.
doable. I mean, it doesn't sound that bad, especially versus Terrorblade, doesn't?
Actually, yeah, against TB that does sound good. It's a lot of magic damage.
Yeah.
Zero does not
He
like
just
playing.
dies.
Remaining.
In fact, that might be the best pick.
5 seconds
So
remaining.
then last pick, Dyrachyo hero, which
He could still just be the Baden in that situation.
Yeah, he could. He could.
I just think the Baden makes sense to go to the safe lane in this game.
Tundra Esports.
But it's really open. They have so many options. Like Abaddon, Wind Ranger, or both flex picks. They'll kind of like lock it in here now. They either have Phoenix. Only one thing we know for sure is Phoenix is support. They're gonna take Monkey King.
Let's think. Let's break this one down, guys.
Did you know when Phoenix ults, it destroys trees?
I did. Yeah, I did.
And that sometimes can grief Monkey King. But just like, they're professional e-athletes. Mistakes like that don't happen.
Remaining.
Those e-athletes, I love them. No, I mean, I haven't been impressed with the Monkey King in general. It was on a 40% win rate, I think, at the start of the day.
Oh, I like
Now
that.
select your heroes.
Seen this one before.
Yeah,
Turns out it was 66, actually.
Yeah, he did this exact same pick into
2
the
days
exact
ago.
same hero 2 days ago.
this guy is 2-0 with Leshrac. Undefeated. Undisputed. One of the best Leshracs in the game right now.
Yeah, I cannot dispute that.
That's why it's
Did
undisputed.
he play into a Monkey King match
Toronto,
last time?
Tokyo.
Yeah,
He did, right?
He won that
Yeah,
game.
and he won that game, yeah.
So that's Toronto, Tokyo, Terrorblade. Is this an extra hero to his list, or has he played this in this tournament? This is an extra hero added to his list. It's like he just doesn't want to play the same guy in any game. He's bored.
Doing the
What
whole
is
hero
I-
challenge.
He's just doing a victory lap for fun.
Was
10
33 actually.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, well, why is he playing Darkseer then? Same old shit.
Well, the victory lap requires winning.
Yeah, fair enough.
33
Winner on
wants
a
to
streak.
win. But yeah, I mean, regardless, I think a lot of interesting stuff coming out of this draft. You have mid Monkey King. It's going to be, you're right, Soxo playing the Wind Ranger. And so Dyrachyo will take up that Abaddon. And Toronto, Tokyo. This looks interesting. I feel like you are playing the offlane Abaddon because it is a Darkseer in the game, right? You want to dodge that matchup. We talked about how Phoenix Darkseer very difficult for Terrorblade. So they do pick a carry at Nightfall, getting the Nature's Prophet, which I would love to see him succeed on this hero, because if he could add this to his list of heroes, that looks very impressive for the team. Roar's got a hero pool, man. Like, they actually have a hero pool that could go into tomorrow and compete.
Nightfall, Nature's Prophet. Nightfall, Nature's
This is
Prophet.
everything you wanted from
It's
him.
this. It just doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? It's not something you're used to saying. But if anyone can do it, this hero is the best BKB tier in the entire game,
gonna
Richard. He has one built in. I think Aurora's got this. I think they're about to knock out Tundra.
I would have to disagree, because that is ridiculous. And why would you ever say that?
Well, listen, guys. We are about to find out. We're going to get into this deciding game. Take it away, Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Richard. Yes, let's find out who's going to come out on top today here in this game 3. Tundra versus Aurora. Fog, there's so much to talk about when it comes to this draft, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a switch up, of course, that comes out from Toronto, Tokyo, because they see the Darkseer. They don't want to have it as that carry anymore. That's why they were flexing it. So he's going to be adding that to his repertoire as that offlane. And Yeah, they go for the Monkey King pick. We did see Nothing to Say try this versus Lorinov. He had success in the early game, but then Lorinov ended up just going absolutely crazy on this Leshrac in particular. Nothing to Say did not buy a BKB. He did go the Mage Slayer route.
He did.
It did work early, but then, yeah, there was definitely a lot of things that Aurora had going their way that game. And again, a tempo-based lineup that Aurora can look to thrive off of, but Tundra. I mean, I want to say that we shouldn't have the split pushing happen this game. This looks like it should be much more clashes since they have this mid Monkey King. And pointing out, yeah, facets. There's a couple of these that I was going to mention this in particular, but
Sure.
I'm going to actually have, if you guys really want me to, since I see the observers pointing it out. Tundra is one of the ones that likes the quickening. I think almost everybody else goes Mephitic Shroud that I've seen. I've seen both Dyrachyo and 33 go for this facet in the majority of instances that they play this hero.
Yeah, and they've been looking pretty good on
So
it.
if you guys want to look up the difference, I didn't get to check all the stats for it in particular of which teams do go for it, but I know that Tundra likes this facet.
Stacks up. Might be in a spot of bother here.
Body blocks, they've got the grab, long range.
Have Wimrun again in a second, so he can make them work for it.
Another Void. By a bit of time.
Hey, quite a bit of time.
He might even be able to get another win run up. There's another Void in his.
He's gonna get another Wimrun off.
He is.
He's being annoying. Mira does not want to give up on this.
No. After the time that he spent chasing him already. That's a lot of time.
He's gonna get another Wimrun off.
That just means Toronto Tokyo is completely sacked though for this first wave or more.
Sax is just.
Is he actually even gonna die? No, is the question. Surely, right?
I mean, surely Mira's got this.
I think the Jenkins line is
more
pretty
hit.
necessary right now.
Oh,
Win run again.
Oh,
Yes, brought down.
all right, takes quite a bit of time, nearly a minute. But we'll get that first blood there, Mira.
Tundra does get 3 bounty runes out of it, and
Yep.
they get to drag some waves. It looks like Toronto Tokyo will be able to at least grab that one while he was left alone in the matchup. Interesting start to the game.
Yeah, and yeah, eyes on Toronto Tokyo, see what he can do on this. This is effectively his Terrorblade debut in competitive play. Obviously, he's a man that's been through a few different roles in his history, but Terrorblade, not one that he's touched in a professional game since 2020, and obviously back then it was not an off-lane Terrorblade. So we're going to get to see from him the first time what he's able to do. Did have sort of a bit of a phase 4 months ago where he's banging out the offlane Terrorblade in his pubs. Did have a pretty good win rate on it, so working out for there. And Saxon,
He put in a lot. He almost actually.
He nearly got another win right off,
Actually
yeah.
almost ends up getting out of that there, but the tree cut and then gets hit by that extra attack. Played his way almost out of it. Dyrachyo, it's going to be absolute free farm onto this Abaddon since the way that this whole lane things happens, but they're manipulating creep wave because their verse is no stun in that lane, so they're just going to be dragging waves a lot over there. Looking at the top lane in particular, or actually top lane, they're actually just getting some good trades coming out here between the two. In mid lane, it's Lorinov owning the first 2 waves.
I mean, something about Lorinov on his Leshrac, right? It's,
Yeah.
It really is. You know, one of those heroes that I feel like when he gets his the 5th pick, sometimes you feel like there's maybe a bit of disrespect there. You got to respect this man on his Lesh.
I think
it's looked fantastic here. I said looked fantastic back at Dream League.
And I think he's gotten a lot of practice of it now, right? He's played versus the Monkey King, I want to say at least twice now in the lane. I think he's lost both the times. Right now, he's owning that one. And Dyrachyo actually caught in a deep position. He used the shield on Whitemount earlier, and he dies to the TB and the Night Stalker lane.
All right, well, Toronto Tokyo will certainly take that.
Yeah, the wave pulling, they really just wanted to try to stop it, but that's a big deal. I mean, Dyrachyo was literally getting every single creep and then walks up to contest it and dies.
A couple of early kills here. Aurora to start this up.
It's the meta usage. Yeah, I mean, in very Dyrachyo fashion. I should never say that he can not die. Steps up way too far, way too aggressive. He's got a double creep wave coming in. We'll be able to get that last hits, but enabling Toronto Tokyo. And a catch on 33. He's got the surge.
A lot of damage there. They've got him. Good breathe there from Aurora. They're like, right, if you want to step up this far, we will just turn and kill you.
Shaman, a very nice response.
Look at this mid.
Just lane in mid, and Mira.
It's got the setup.
Early swing at level 2 Edict.
Very, very dead.
Great aggressive moves from Aurora. Top Saksa, he also does not have a shackle shot, so every time there is a shackle that's coming from the other side, there's actually no way to prevent it between the two of them right now. Then you go for that power shot, of course, I mean, you always want to get the power shot, but in this lane, there's definitely arguments just to be able to stop that shackle that comes out. Big kill onto BZM. Gotta slow down the timing for him and enable Lornoff 3 points now in the Edict. They could look to do it again. I think if Mira wants to, since it's already the Tower Blade already got probably what he wanted, since the lane is already going to be very difficult, can't just look to make these aggressive moves onto BZM with level 3 Edict on Lornoff. They can dive the tower if they do see an opportunity. A little bit too much there. Tries to get the wraparound. I mean, Toronto Tug is just pulling waves. He's like, yeah, you don't need to help me too much down here. Take advantage of when I've meta if they overextend, and then we can look for a kill.
Sustains. Gold remains.
It is going to still be very slow farm from him, though, right?
In Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. Getting a kill in the lane versus the Abaddon is a big deal.
BZM stepping up.
Like unexpected. It's BZM.
Doesn't expect Panto to be here. Panto strikes from the tree. Sex is going to come over the shackle to stop the shackles, but BZM still falls. The Diabolic Edicts at this stage just impossible to survive through.
Smooth moves. I mean, Aurora getting off to a hot start again. The lane's already being a bit broken here. 33 is going to the jungle. Sox is now playing around the mid lane. And he actually does put that third point into Shackle now to be able to stop some of the aggressive moves that's come out from Panto and from Mira. First 5 minutes, though, with the Night Stalker, pretty solid. Able to secure the mid lane, able to secure their safe lane.
Making any sort of move onto Lornoff now seems pretty impossible.
These monkeys, well, these games, when they do falter early, they can have some difficulties in catching back up. They can itemize to catch up with Corrosion and Mage Slayer, which of course looks good versus the Lesh, but pull these kills early. It's already given Lornoff level 6. Power Rune will be top. Ento.
Should be able to steal it.
He's got the setup here onto BZM.
Lornoff's moving over. Otter pulls in with the TP. Try and block off the escape, but BZM's going to get surged up. 33 able to make sure that BZM can get away.
And
But does leave 33 vulnerable. Look at the vacuum. Nice
On the
one
low
there. So
ground.
drags them down to the low ground, but the blood grenade gets thrown out. They'll get back on top with another shackle from Panto. Gets stopped by the Boundless Strike, but 33 will fall.
This Lornoff Lesh is getting way too much. He might even get more. 4 heroes surrounding. He's got another Edict soon on mana. He's
Tundra's
kind of
got to be
limited.
careful.
He's kind of limited on the mana. He's claritying up, though. Lornoff, I feel like we're going to be saying his name a lot in this game in particular, because the games that he's played the last, he's been playing from behind in a couple of them. This one, he's far ahead. Crazy amount of damage that it can provide. BZM, can he play his way out of this one here? Lornoff has the Edict. It's just out of range, I think, still, right? It clipped him just yet. Very close that he's going to be able to close that gap, though. If he gets even one tick onto BZM, BZM likely just dead.
Yeah, it could be over for him again.
Actually, he should have him. Yeah, it's if the movement speed bonus. He's 370. So
Let's have a look.
kicking just that much slower. I think Lornoff's got him. All of them reconnecting, though. The mischief bug seems like it did happen still. It's going to give them time for Toronto Tokyo to go over to the right. Grims is Shine of Wisdom. And he's handled his own. Sure. Only 12 last hits on him, right? But got a kill, and he's pretty close to the similar net worth of that Darkseer. Mira's been able to make, just like last game, honestly, Mira's been making some nice moves on his 4 position. Last time on the Marcy, this time on the Night Stalker. And they still not target him?
Oh, that's not fair, because normally this is quite a common bug.
Yeah, usually when they reconnect, it's
or feature.
fixing it.
That does indeed get fixed by reconnecting. But apparently this one... Okay, there we go. Maybe he's got it now. Yeah, well, you can't target the Monkey King, but should be good now.
All right, BZM. And he's dead.
Is...
He doesn't pop the... Okay, yeah, he's got him.
Yeah, thank God.
I was going to say, he doesn't pop the Edict. No, he does.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
4 kills.
Lornoff.
Already here for Lornoff.
Getting it so much out of the map, and yep, liking the itemization. Natural build-up, of course, as we've seen more and more on these Lesh.
Yep.
For that 8 toast, gives them that extra catch from a very far distance, which is
Radiant's
quite nice
top
versus
tower
Darkseer,
is
too. Since they are a little limited on that grab from a distance, at least, Shaman has to commit pretty far to get the grab. Max Edict online. There's some stacks, too. Panto has been able to scout them.
And just have a look at the numbers, you know, as I like to do. Indeed, the vibe with Lornoff's Leshrac, it's absolutely bang on. Since sort of Lornoff's stocks have started to rise again with his mid-performances in Dream League, The last month, he's played Lesh 5 times. This will be the 6th time. It never loses.
Never loses.
Wins every single pro game that he's been bringing it out in the mid. Obviously back with Chimera, and now here with Aurora. So it's been undefeated.
He
in the last
truly
month.
looks very comfortable, but the team looks comfortable just playing around and enabling him to look this good. Another
Oh, that's
power
a good
rune.
one as well. It's
The
that haste.
Oh, and look at these stacks. They're juicy. 33. Can't let these get stolen. They might have to swing 4 or 5
Yeah,
heroes on
you've got to
Tundra.
make sure that they can't interrupt this here. If Aurora can steal some of this, it's going to be huge.
They're going to use the Wrath of Nature to secure a couple of them. Wall will deter Lornoff for a moment here. He gets the big one.
That's a big snipe there, indeed.
Madstone bundle. Didn't get claimed. There we go. Now it did. He got 3, and I think Nature's Prophet, I believe, got 1 or 2 as well, too, with that Wrath of Nature.
Mid.
Is he M?
Let's go back up for Saxa. Saxa, get the shackle connection onto Panto, but
No
not really able to do anything with that. No, nobody wants to really step over the river here as Tundra, because that would require getting close to the Leshrac.
Who I now has
Nobody wants to do that right now.
Yeah, he has Vitality Booster finished up, too. And limited damage early on for this Leshrac, too, with the way that the start has gone for the Monkey King for BZM. Dyrachyo, he is free farming, so he's having that solid start since he's laning versus literally nobody, pretty much. It's just been 8 minutes or 9 minutes of creep pulling. Yeah, that big difference. It's going to be that mid lane. See how Lornoff wants to make the moves around, how much he wants to pressure the map here. I didn't see why that tip was. I assume it was just like a deny on the strike or something from Pantho. Securing some extra last hits here, and we're seeing the... Let's see, Lornoff, he's just going to farm stacks, so... Protected under his ward, he wants to finish off the Atos before his move, and that's pretty much going to finish it.
It's going to be a pretty fast timing from him.
One of the faster ones that we've seen, too, from him.
And then I guess what do they have sort of against that? It's just going to be the shield, but that's
Shield
going to
to
require Dyrachyo, the carry, to be around in all these situations, which is not necessarily going to be the case. Hard to save people if they do get gone upon by Lornoff with the Atos when that's done.
Yeah, they'll have to have either White Mon around with an Egg or Sunray, or Dyrachyo at least in there to protect it. High time. You're up. Got a smoke at the ready, and Invis on Lornoff too. That is the Atos done. It's coming out on the courier.
That was fast.
Very fast. And Nightfall has not felt pressure in the laning phase either. This little switch up that they did, absolutely working so far.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See how Tundra wants to play in these next few moments versus this nighttime of Aurora with this very strong Leshrac. 33. See, his farm is still very good. He is top of the net worth for his team. The Halberd is already done. So compared to his counterpart, he is way more farmed, and he's level 9 since he did get some of those Ancients, or most of them.
But look at this, Lornoff approaching with the Invis. BZM has a good setup. Wukong's command into the barrel. This Panther trying to get out and stand his ground with the shackle. They'll drop a supernova to deal with this Shadow Shaman, and they will.
Do they have the chase? Not quite. No extra detection. Lornoff, the Invis rune, the damage mitigation that it provides gives him a little extra protection too, even though they have the sentry. We should set it on the tooltip on that one too, but it doesn't.
Wait, which one?
The Invis rune, when you mouse over it here on his
with the damage reduction.
Yeah, because you know it scales throughout time, but yeah, it's you have to like do the math, and I don't want to do all that math.
Is under attack.
They get, you know, don't get anything with the move, but that's 3 odds, right?
3, right? Sorry.
The wall as well. Wall, Supernova, and Wukong's being dropped there.
Yeah.
Just to stop Lornoff from getting any action, and the only results of them actually killing Panto. It's an expensive play from Tundra.
At least they make a play, because last game they didn't make plays for 30 minutes.
That's true. This time around they're able to match it. It's a, you know, considering the first 2 games of the series, this one is very close.
This is the even one.
12 minutes in, even on the gold.
Dire's top tower
7
is
for
under
2.
attack.
And both teams in it with a chance here.
Still, I mean, I was saying this one should have a good amount more fights, but this one might end up being a lot of farming.
But you reckon
Dark Seer
with this
farming
sort of
on one
stuff?
side and NP farming on the other. Mira gets jumped, BZM. He wants to be active. Toronto Tokyo is near.
Is he going to help out with the Sunder?
Doesn't have the mana. He does stick, and then he sunders. Might turn down. Lornoff is in the area with an amp damage.
He's got the Atos. Shield's already been used. Close in, but BZM still here ready to help out.
Stun.
Good stun under the both of them. Power shot comes in, able to snipe Mira.
Shackle connects.
It's a good opening on towards Lornoff, but Lornoff doing so much damage. BZM, he'll survive. No, the shot comes in from Panto. But this is the death of Lornoff. Panto also to fall. Tundra,
Toronto.
they'll turn towards the TV and
walks
burn
and
him down
dies.
with the Sunray.
Right.
I mean, they'll take this every day of the week here,
for one.
Tundra. Can they even chase down Nightfall? Potentially, he's got the Sprout. Should be enough to hold them back.
Cuts the trees, but can't quite chase Tundra.
I mean, yeah, they turn up
Fighting
in
back.
the numbers there. Very, very good defense from Tundra coming in around the tier 1, forcing the fight. Sure, BZM dies, but already the initiation was enough to allow them to clean up some massive kills.
It was 2 dive. I mean, Lorinov tries to get in, but ends up just connecting everything just onto Dyrachyo. He absorbs all that damage, and then BZM's able to commit. Does end up going down on BZM to the last blast of Panto, but Tundra will take that all day, 4 for 1.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be pretty much the relic gold secured here for Dyrachyo.
That's the way it all starts out, right? BZM kind of forcing a reaction from the side of Aurora, and then, I mean, Toronto Tokyo literally just walked in and died at the end there. He walked into the wall and then just burned.
Let's have a look.
It was a little awkward.
Obviously, he's pretty low HP at this point after giving up his HP to keep Mira alive.
He just wanted to show the team that he was there as well.
And you can see the temptation, right? They know there's no supernova. Shield's already been used, so Lorinov wants to try and follow up with this stun. Oh yeah, Mira dying very, very quickly. And at this point, Dyrachyo's super strong, ready to chase them down. And yeah, even with the Serpent Ward dropped, it doesn't matter. 33 turns up. He's got that extra bit of beef that they can't fight through. Meta's popped, as you say, at the end by
I mean, look at
Tokyo.
Toronto.
Yeah, that don't feel great. Pop Meta, walk through the wall and die. It happens to the best of them.
Yeah, a little bit of a slip up. BZM does get the Boundless off to prevent the stun, but now he's caught from Panto. Death of Edict.
Yeah, back to business. Valesh.
Ooh, and the Shrine of Wisdom. Looks like they should be able to claim the 2 of them here with that movement. All right, we are getting much more exciting team.
Yeah, we're getting some good back and forth here.
Yeah.
This is what we like to see after 2 pretty secured stomps. And 30 either way in game 1 and game 2.
In 33, he's going to build the answer for the Flash Track, or attempted answer, right? He's going to go for that pipe since that overwhelming magic damage is there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And we'll be looking towards the pipe as well in Toronto Tokyo, but of course it's going to take
Quite a bit longer.
a lot longer.
Yeah, this is the true off-lane TB that we've seen in some of these games.
Mid. Gonna wipe up, in with the silence.
They got him.
Yeah, they even dropped the Serpent Wars down, ready to try and pressure the tower after picking up the kill.
Tundra want to mount a defense. Dyrachyo is not healthy. Gonna
Radiant
pop the glyph. They're gonna
structures
start
are
taking out these Serpent Wards. Yeah, they'll actually just get all of them. Saxo take out pretty much every single one of them. Panto doesn't deny a single one.
There's the micro. On there.
Saxo was doing the attack the same target that the tower was doing at the initial. But
Okay.
yeah, either way,
It's hard.
maybe could have denied. a
Micro
couple.
denies in there. Yeah.
It's very minimal.
Let's see sort of how these 2 carries are going to be able to keep up with one another, right? Because Nightfall has got that Miona finished. We're seeing on the other side, Dyrachyo's pretty much got his Radiance online. So both of these carries having that big initial farming tool.
Tormy time in the top lane with the Night Stalker, of course. Mira.
I don't know.
He needs to back away. Ooh. That was close.
That was very close. Panto to get that. In the mid.
Yeah, Mage Slayer's done. Gonna start beating on this tower here with the Focus Fire of Saxa. It will go down.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And the Radiance, like you said, it's done. So Tundra, likely to look, I mean, both sides, honestly, I feel like they're both just going to fight constantly. However, for Aurora, maybe a little more reliant on Nighttime, or at least the Dark Ascension, which is available for Mira. But could see a clash in these next few moments once they're all healed back up. There's no meta available. So maybe Toronto Tokyo will just wait. He also went for Shard, if I'm not mistaken, right? So he's trying to increase
got the
his launch
Shard
speed on
first.
Toronto rather than getting the pipe first.
And what they can find up here, but already, I mean, it was just Panto. Panto's already through the Twin Gate.
I'd say Tundra feels very strong in these next upcoming moments. They've got the pipe and the Mage Slayer, so for Lorinov in particular, running into the team fights now feels quite a bit more complicated because the reduction is just going to be there. Plus that healing, as we saw in the last fight. If the Dyrachyo can just stick on him, it definitely proves to be a problem for Lorinov.
And you like what Saxon's doing this game, getting this mech into the Orchid from the Wind Ranger position.
Orchid? It's a bit of an interesting one. I don't mind the mech at all, just getting these auras online. Their team fight looks way stronger.
It's very strong.
Way stronger than Aurora.
Yeah, around the kind of the 3 of them. They're going to get the wall drop down onto Nightfall.
He's caught.
He's very cool.
Free kill.
They just run him down, and they're going to be able to put the pressure onto the tier 1 on the bottom lane now.
This pressure might be a bit overwhelming for Aurora in these next upcoming moments because of all these auras.
Yeah, they're going to have this really strong team timing.
Yeah.
Hey, Tundra with this lineup.
I like that he's gone this mech. The Orchid, I'm still I'm debating, trying to think about it overall, but I like that he's gone the mech with this Darkseer Halberd pipe. Sox, are they going to set up from in mid? They're going to try, but Tundra's ready.
Yeah, BZM's in with the backup. They get the jump onto Panzo. Panzo, he's not going to be surviving this one.
Tundra getting momentum, tries to make him miss.
I mean,
there.
the juice
Panther,
nearly
nice
worked.
try.
More Serpent Morts for Saxa.
Big money. They get the whole tier 2 as well. For that kill, just killing Nightfall, they get so much extra progression.
I mean, yeah, when Tundra group up and push, it's at this stage, it is really very hard to stop if you're Aurora.
It's very hard to fight into. Yeah, Lornoff does not want to run into these heroes. Speaking of Lornoff,
That's the shackle opening there for Saxa.
Can they
The
protect
Boundless
him?
is pretty tanky under the tower, but not
Not
tanky enough to live. He goes down.
33.
And Nightfall trying to fight back, same as said for Mira, but they're going to be careful how they poke into this line, and the vacuum's there, drags back Mira, double kill for BZM. He's not done yet. He's going to jump up over towards Nightfall. Nightfall will turn with the Sprout, but the Boundless is there. Nightfall
down
getting
too.
chased right up to the tier 3 towers. Power shot comes in from Saxon to finish up the
Eto.
job. They can turn over for more, one after another. Losing heroes here, Aurora. Panto, he's under the tier 4s, but they'll absolutely dive in for him as well. 4 kills to be found by Tundra, and Aurora, they just can't stop them at all.
And they popped quite a bit there to try to fight, right? They popped the Dark Ascension to go for this fight, try to get the wraparound, but Tundra just walks right through them.
Yeah, they just completely collapse on them, just running them down one by one.
This might start to get too overwhelming too
It's
fast.
building up.
Huge swing. It's all the way up to 8K just in what, 2-3 sequences that they were able to find just around this pipe timing of 33, leading the charge of BZM.
Let's see this again.
And Lornoff completely out of mana too. 0 resources that he can even look to turn for.
Yeah, perfect start for Sax again. That angle with the shackle off the creeps. And at this stage, no, Aurora, they want to try and punish Tundra, but a short bit of damage is done to 33, but finishing off the job's just not going to happen. And now you've lost 2 of your heroes. It all starts to really, really fall apart for Aurora.
I mean, we were hyping up for Lornoff in particular so much, but the answer's now for Tundra. It's absolutely there. Lornoff now has all the work cut out for him. Sure, Nightfall's farm is there, but they have heroes that get on top of him. So we've seen Nightfall. He joins in and he's just dead instantly. Yeah, this
Solid.
Mike, this Mage Slayer, all the timings have been hit. It's a 10k lead already.
Just want to keep this going, Tundra. I mean, at this point, they keep this pressure on. I mean, the situation for Aurora is they just don't really have an offlaner. Right? Toronto Tokyo has had a tough time. He's not anywhere close to being ready to turn up. He's nowhere near the pipe.
No, because he went for the greedier build of the shard because he thought the game was going to slow down. But Tundra showing they're not slowing down.
Absolutely not. Yeah, they're speeding it up and really hitting hard.
Owen, this tower, it's in jeopardy if they want to keep pushing.
Oh, they will. No need to back up here if you're Tundra.
They just gonna have to sack this Rax. It's looking like it.
And they might stick around for more. The tier 2s have already been taken, so all 3 lanes are opened up.
Lornoff, his Bloodstone is finished, but now he's caught by the initial stun.
And they get the Wukong's down.
Oh, and it pulls it back in.
Lornoff cannot run from this one. He's out for 45.
And Toronto
He's
comes as
TP'd
well.
into his dead.
Oh, this could just be the end soon.
He's looking to be a bit of a repeat of game 1.
What a group up from Tundra, recognizing their strength, their timing. Duracho's hitting bottom, the wave's here. It's a catapult wave as well. Still no glyph available, of course, from using it on the outside of the base.
How do they stop this?
They're all full HP still. Pipes on cooldown 30 seconds, max back up in 20. They're keeping this push going.
Oh, they are. They're not going anywhere.
And they've got max Sunray too. There is an insane amount of sustain in this lineup.
This base is now theirs.
Yep.
They're feeling very much at home on the high ground of Aurora. Notification comes out. Not enough.
TP's back in the front.
They've got the Gale Force onto him. He's just stuck into the Jackal. Saxa
on the 2 cores.
Oh, it's a beautiful setup from him again on the Wind Ranger.
Aye, that's the game. That's it. I mean, Tundra broke them in what? Banner 6 minutes.
Wow.
15 minutes, dead even. At 21 minutes, 18,000 gold lead. 13 level advantage. Just waiting for that timing of items to hit. And Aurora, they're completely broken.
They really are. What do they do?
And they're not getting any items. I mean, Toronto, he can't even walk away.
This Saxon's going to end with these Gale Force plays.
I mean, the greed has truly been punished, right? I think they recognize that he went shard. No pipe. They just have nothing now at this point to be able to protect anybody on their line.
Just diving in. And they're using the buybacks. I mean, they have to try and hold on, right? This is their last chance here, Aurora. Tundra.
Is there going to be damage from Lorinov?
He's going to step up.
Check
Again. Again. Indeed, Saxony don't miss. They get the setup. Straight on the Lorinov. The Gale Force as well, just keeping them dragged back towards Tundra. And Toronto Took is going to get run down. GG is called. Wow. This game, this series, Tundra will take it 2-1 against Aurora. Game 1, what, a 21-minute victory? Game 2, that was kind of a long one. It went, Aurora got the win. And then game 3, we're back to a 22-minute victory. Both of the victories this series from Tundra, incredibly fast.
Might be the most explosive 6 minutes that I've seen in a